Hey there, Editor Portal here with what has been a long time coming in the following multitude of episodes with the same introduction because Jesus Christ, have I let this backlog fill up? So enjoy all of the episodes and have a good time.
First, we ask one: how normal is opium around here?
Anyway, welcome back to Cheddar Skies. If you guys want to do a recap, well, I get
our token has a snake on it.
It has from the beginning. That's literally the thing
been
for all
pointed
of
out
them.
by I think you before.
It was me.
Oh, okay, my bad.
Yeah, that's the secret behind the big red dot of the party.
Snake.
It's been a snake the whole time.
Like me. Anyway, who wants to give a
We
recap?
flew in
this
another
week?
ship, and we fell over and died.
Oh, you're all dead.
Their ship died at least. Yeah.
With your ship, Tyra's leg. You know what? I'm gonna test that out. Let me see what happens. You try to fireball on the side of the ship. We almost died. We didn't.
Not. We didn't even.
I think this is Tyler's fault. I think we can blame him for this ship being in the water now.
We get through a scene and it feels like our skin's on fire and our hearts are like going 1,000 miles a minute. Your heart is actually beating now.
Which is like, what the fuck? Which is the most cursed thing about this place.
There was something about a yellow tabaxi who is somehow pertinent to other people's stories, but not ours. Showing up here. Gave us some guns, told us to go take care of a demon.
Oh no, no. Anyway, we met like a big fucking demon who was like, shut the fuck up, and then he gave us the bell after we made fun of him.
No, it was after you rang the bell.
Yeah. He took almost all our weed.
We did.
He took all the weed.
For what?
Along.
Yeah,
he took a lot of stuff for no reason.
Now
we have like an eighth left. That's it. We had a crate.
Okay, I'm growing some.
Everything on our ship.
Yeah, you're growing some, and I'll ask.
He took the petunia.
Bear
He
to
took
help
some
us grow it.
beans.
He
took Aspen.
He took Aspen. Aspen is in the crate the entire.
Guys, also, I know as much as you guys don't like it, if we cut Timrick in on the weed operation, he'll let us do it.
I feel like it's the only way we can do it.
All the way, I'll be right back.
I don't want to get.
Well, a
bread
lot
on
of
the
people just talked at the same time.
Okay. Well, Portal's the way.
Portal's will be back.
Yeah.
I don't want to get like pancakes bans. Apparently, bread.
I don't want to get pancakes banned either. That's why I want to give Timrick weed.
Yeah.
Like, here you go, dude.
I mean, we could just kill Timurk.
No, he wants the money. He doesn't want
probably
the
not
weed.
yet. One day.
He wants the slice of the money of the profits. And since we lost our goods, I don't think we're making any profit on that.
Not yet. I'm still growing some.
Let's just not tell Tamrick about this. I just say that we smoked it all. Sorry.
Fine. We'll tell him about the opium.
We'll tell him about the opium with the opium, of course.
Because I don't want the opium myself.
You think he
It's a little
needs
too
to
much,
tell
you know?
him about it for him to know about it?
Huh?
Think we need to tell him about it for him to know about it?
I mean, like, we removed
Yeah.
all of the cameras except, like, one.
He's a fucking wizard.
Yeah, but, like, he has better things to do than scrying us 24/7.
No,
Are
but he'll
you
do it
sure?
sometimes.
Yes.
He's definitely.
Yeah,
gonna
I'm sure.
on us.
He doesn't.
Portal's gonna.
Then why did he have cameras in the ship
He
instead of just
almost
using scry?
certainly has like a mirror somewhere in his lab that's scrying us constantly. Just like showing a view of us.
Yeah.
Maybe probably you.
No,
Like,
no.
how do you think they knew that we were getting bread?
Which now that I think about it, I'm really disturbed by.
All right, I'm back.
We made bread and he knew about it. You don't think he's gonna know about
Please,
the
Timrick's looking at the mirror on the beach and he's like,
I want you to know if this was like an in-character conversation I missed. It's like the conversation is happening. Timur goes to get a refill of his mimosa, and then he comes back. He's like, "What the fuck are they talking about now?"
Talking
was
about
him the
you
whole time.
scrying on us.
See, look at that. He doesn't have better
Specifically
things to
scrying
do.
on Gwen.
No, he'd be scrying on Yurik
oh no.
What? What?
because he has the worst save for it. Isn't it charisma?
Oh,
Scrying?
do I have the worst charisma?
Oh, if
I
it's
probably
if
do.
it's wisdom, then he would be scrying dollars.
Oh, I was gonna say yeah. I've got the best wisdom.
Thank
I
God.
mean, I feel like you should have decided who he was scrying on before you started scrying.
Yeah. It's a joke. It's a meme.
You
He
would-
doesn't really need to scry. He's got cameras on the ship.
We remove this.
Yeah,
You put him in a corner.
We're implying that
put
he has
one.
the ability to make. We have the ability to fail our saves, to pass our saves. I'm sorry.
Correct.
Yeah, but it's no fun if we know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Anyway,
All right.
we have
Now that
wizards
all of the
approaching us.
things are said and done, the connection crashed into the water below the tower before you, and you guys are all floating down. A gaggle of wizards and other nerdly-looking fellows, some in armor, surprisingly, with weapons. You didn't think they could carry those. They kind of all look very ecstatic, and it's not hostile, but it's like a fan mob sort of energy, and that's
Oh my
not very
God.
pleasant. As you're kind of like floating down,
Oh,
and you
Oh.
guys have about 30 seconds before you touch the ground. What do you guys do?
these guys look like wizards.
Some of them.
Okay, Gwen takes out the wizard hat from her backpack and puts it on.
As you're floating down, just
Yes.
doom.
Algar's gonna whisper. Remember, no one give out their real names.
Thank you
Is that
for
what we're doing?
thank you for remembering that this time. Thank you.
Yeah, it's just
You're
like,
welcome.
damn, I lost all of my extra armor.
No, it's on the ship still.
Yeah, all the different colored plates.
Wait, where's Fremb?
You say that, and then up above,
Oh.
ah!
Frem's like the size of a dragon in this world because our magic is weird.
No, but he is vibrating.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
Is he floating down with us?
No, he doesn't need to. He can fly.
Oh, no.
Okay, okay.
Oh, no.
They say
Instant
he's doing.
transmissions everywhere in this place.
Just disappears, and you're like, where the fuck did he go?
God,
He's
Frem,
so fast.
are you okay?
I have the wizard hat on. I look like a
Call
wizard.
me the
to-
Duck
to
Man.
talk to the wizards.
Call me the
That's my
duck.
alias.
Oh no.
Uh,
All right.
Guess
As
we
you guys are just floating down, not doing anything.
I mean,
Yeah, Yurik's just
No.
kind of like not even having a weapon out or anything, just chilling, totally relaxed.
Is this group like they're mostly wizards or scholarly? Do they seem harmful to us?
Gemini, you're like, most of them you could probably take in an unarmed duel. You have a feeling that would be the case if you got the drop on them. Maybe most of them. But you notice as the tide is kind of like rushing out, you hear a very faint whistle that isn't entirely clear, and you see all of the rushing wizards who are running out, both to the connection and in general, just kind of stop. They look back, like terrified, and you guys with your translation modules understand what it said, but you can hear it said first in the different language in Rocinnian Common before it kind of translates, and he says, "Everybody inside!" And you see all the wizards look depressed as fuck as they're kind of being rallied back. And you notice one individual who, Gemini, at a glance, you are uncertain about his motives, but you do know someone who is dangerous and probably not entirely self-centered when you see them. I'm going to add him to the stage and present him
Woo.
as you guys
He's a
float
hot
down.
anime boy.
Yes, he is.
Hot.
Oh.
I know. Hold on.
Not what I expected for Racine.
Hey, no.
That marks the Archon word.
That's false. This was in place literally in the World Doc. That is the title of all of the magistrates of the Academy of Wanderers.
Yeah, but Ela runs the
Academy of who?
Well, we'll talk about
Wait,
them
I
in a
don't
second.
see this man.
Do you not see the stage?
I see it.
We see it.
I see
If
it.
you, if you don't see him,
I'm
What
refreshing.
the heck?
he hid behind the tab.
Is he a
Names.
fairy?
What
We'll
kind of
get
elf
into-
thing?
We'll get
It's
into
pretty
that.
elf boy.
Well,
Get into that.
very pointed features.
He's an elf.
Sure.
I was like, Gwen. Oh, he's like Gwen.
He looks like an elf.
He's just like, yes.
What is my music? Why is theater insert suddenly not working?
I don't know. You keep flipping
Alt
him back
F5.
and forth like a card.
Oh, okay. It's showing behind the fucking player list for me.
Yeah,
See
me
him.
too. It was working before.
Yeah.
What?
Nothing.
He just
Flipping
leaves.
back and forth.
Okay, now I'm trying to figure out what's happening. Okay, thank you, God,
There
for
we go.
giving me the respect I deserve. As you guys
Mhm.
kind of float down to the ground, you notice the taller humanoid. First of all, he doesn't really seem as frail or kind of wizardly as you would expect. He's got long flowing robes, a nice scarf. What like at a glance seem like maybe pointed features, you realize are like physical horns that are protruding out of his head. You notice there's kind of like an occasional twitch of his eye as he kind of like steps onto the grass. He seems to be wearing this kind of like
It's gross. No.
uh, I need to keep a serious expression. 1 second. Please, for the love of God, have mercy on me, despite how funny this might be.
No.
I respect it. He kind of approaches. You hear the clop, clop, clop of like the wood on the grass, and you can see he's very clearly just like shaking his head as he approaches, and he speaks out first in what you realize very quickly is Azadian common. He goes, "Hail and well met, travelers. You seem to have crashed your ship directly in front of our academy."
Yeah, we didn't crash it. Some fucking creature smashed into it.
Ah, yes, the. We can discuss that momentarily. Hopefully, you wouldn't mind. You see him kind of look you all over,
Mm.
identifying yourselves before I bring you inside.
My name's Yuri.
Okay.
I'm Duckman.
I am Gweno.
Okay.
Yara. Gweno Yara.
Okay. Okay. He looks to Valerius and Gemini.
Hey.
And then he looks to Gemini.
Gemini.
The fucking rock. Okay. He looks at all of you and he goes, "Well, it's a pleasure to meet you, Duckman. Guano, you said it was?
Yes.
Hey,
Hi.
Yuri, and Gemini. It is a pleasure.
Should have called yourself Libra.
No. No. I thought about it and I'm like, no.
It is unfortunate that the property that you have has crashed directly where it has, but we'll get it out of the water shortly. As long as it hasn't agitated and you hear like crackling lightning. Oh boy. Well, we'll handle getting the vehicle out of the water. Hopefully nobody gets hurt, and I will guide you inside very quickly, as to avoid any duress or injuries that might be obtained from. And you see from the water, this fucking giant elemental starts grabbing the ship and is like screaming out in just like raw primordial, just like a long series of obscenities. And on the ship, you can see like from this angle, like half of the ship is completely torn out. You notice the engine room is like half gone.
No.
And you see as the water elemental is lifting it, you see with the fucking gun is Gilby just like, "Get your fucking hands off my boat!"
Yep.
We're
Sure, it'll be
sorry
fine.
We're really sorry about this. We didn't mean to.
Lord.
What kind of academy is this?
The Academy of
We
Wanderers.
didn't do anything wrong.
Oh Lord. Wait a minute. And you see the Archon squints. Then he looks at you all. Eldegard, he looks at your boots. Oh. Oh. You're with the great Archon Timurk, correct?
Oh my god, it's a fucking Archon. Oh my fucking god.
Yes, it has
Yeah,
been.
that-
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, that's his ship actually.
What's an Archon?
Oh
I'm
shit.
gonna click my heels in
Uh,
response and just make the sound.
Oh, good. you can see there's like, oh shit, it makes
Yeah,
noise
give
too.
him a couple laps. Maybe he'll jog his memory.
No,
I'm gonna
we-
run around in a ring around Yuri.
his
Just do a
methods.
little kind of dance.
They're old as time. Oh, well, not very. His seat has remained pseudo-filled in his absence. He hasn't returned in. Honestly, we stopped counting, but we know not to fill the seat. He gets very upset about it. His portrait is hung. Look, we'll talk about it later in detail. I am glad, at the very least, that you are not strangers who have crashed here. You are people that are perhaps better equipped to handle the dangers you might be throwing yourselves into momentarily, especially since now you have no choice but to work with us to get the components back for your ship to repair
Oh,
it.
you're taking them hostage. Oh, great. You're taking them hostage. Lovely.
Oh, no, they fell through the planar portals. So we'd have to retrieve them.
Wait, so you're saying parts of our ship are scattered
different
amongst the
planes.
planes?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh god, it's like it's Clock Tower over again.
Excuse me.
No, I do believe they are full ventures into other planes. I don't see how it would relate to any clock tower. Unless, of course,
It
it's
is
the
a
clock
personal
tower of
joke, please do not-
destiny.
Hey, please don't pay no mind. It's a personal joke.
Okay. Well, you asked me what an Archon was. There are
Yes.
13 of us. We are the managers of the Academy of Wanderers, and we are, as best as one could say, in charge of the Academy's learning, its expeditions, its ventures into the progress of magic and history and all sorts of things. It's a complicated sort of position. Most of us
I would
take it for
assume
granted.
so. Do you?
Yes.
Why?
I was supposed to be on vacation. In fact, my flight was going to be this evening. And then he looks at the boat, and then he looks at all of you. But it seems I do not get my holiday.
Oh well.
Well, yeah. I mean, we
Deepest
don't always get what we want, you know.
That frog has cursed us for generations.
You know, we don't get bread, so I guess.
Yeah,
we're both-
you took away our
we
bread.
don't. We know we have
What?
bread now. We're not on the. We're not on the ship. We don't. We can have
Yeah,
bread. now.
that's
Oh,
true.
Lord, that sounds
We were
just
only
like
not
the old
allowed
days.
bread on the boat.
Do you have any beer here?
Well, yes, but you're not supposed to drink it while on the camera. Come with me. How excited are you, if at all, to venture into different realities so far
I'm-
fetched from our own that
I'm
you might get
very
crushed in the
On a
process?
scale of
I
1 to
think that's the word
10?
I'd use.
On a scale of 1 to 7.
Seven.
Yeah.
Why 7?
4.
He looks very pointedly at you, Gemini, and then does not answer.
7 seems an odd number when the usual number is
It is an odd
1
number.
and 0.
It is a
Do
very
you have a-
specific number for a reason.
Hmm.
Do you have an aversion to the number 10?
No. I don't.
He's just
You're
like,
like-
he's like so confused. He's like,
Oh, he likes prime numbers.
Is it because
Mm.
I don't know? No, I don't know.
13, 7,
What's your problem with number 8 though?
21.
Yeah, your horn's
You
real.
see him vibrate when you say 21?
Wow. Like a good vibrate, like Frem vibrate.
No.
well, I'm glad. I'm
Okay.
glad we.
Vibration?
I'm
Like what-
kinda- I'm sad we don't have any more of a 420.
I hate travelers so very fucking much. Come. And he brings you inside to the first floor of the tower. Inside, you see most of the students are being corralled by this big mechanical creation. It looks to be made of kind of like smooth steel that just kind of doom, doom, doom. And on the back of it, you see there is this mark of a giant cogwheel that is kind of like a brand symbol, essentially. And it's just corralling the students back upstairs, and they're like, ooh, travelers, can we see? Can we see? And you see the Archon's just like, I fucking hate children. Sort of energy. And he kind of stops at the front desk where you see a small, weirdly dressed creature. It looks sort of like a halfling at a first glance, and then you realize the strange beret it has a slight point to it. It's got a nice little suit, and he goes, "Hello, sir." And you see the Archon just inhales. "We have guests of one of the Archons with us. Please prepare rooms for them. I shall manage the mess outside." And you can see he twitches a little bit, like he was really, really not, like he really doesn't want to be here.
What a coincidence. We don't either.
Well,
Yes.
no, it's fine. It's never mind.
Hey, what kind of elf are you?
I'm human, or at least I was mostly human.
Wait, what?
I think you're supposed to
Yeah,
ask that.
sure. Me too. But like seriously,
You
This
see
place is very odd.
his eyes twitch. It
I don't know.
is a side effect of an old experiment of ours.
oh, okay.
The horns are.
Your
Oh,
horns are
what's
pretty
that?
cool. That's all I was gonna say.
Hmm.
He's
We knew
having,
Wizard of Horns
bi-
once.
Was it biological
My
experimentation?
dads are
or was
elves
it-
and they don't have horns, so I was kind of just wondering.
Elves don't have horns. What?
Keep cool.
Oh my
Keep cool.
Yours are like cool.
You see
shiny.
smoke kind of exhales from his nostrils. Keep cool.
Can I touch it?
What?
Nothing.
Can I arcana all that?
Yeah.
Even though I would know fucking nothing physically.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
I feel like out of character, we already know what the deal is.
Yeah.
We do?
You know,
you know, this is a regular guy.
you know, Timurk does a couple of types of experiments, and you figure if there's anyone who's associated with him, they probably dabble in a similar mixture of trying to create new creatures or chimeras. You have a feeling this was probably an attempt at either prolonging his lifespan or some like trying to get draconic power. But there's definitely some dragon blood running around in there that probably
Yeah.
wasn't there when he started.
I
You
see.
try to make yourself a sorcerer.
What? No.
Okay. Oh, you would have no reason to because. Cough awkwardly.
Well, thank you very much.
Thank you for your hospitality.
We appreciate it. Sorry about your vacation. That sucks, man. Sorry we're kind of annoying. Especially Gemini over here and how much she talks. But yep.
So, what do you teach at the academy?
You see him put two fingers to the ridge of his nose, his thumb and his index, and he just fucking pinches. The Archons are not simply teachers, we are managers, magistrates, we do.
At academy
awful-
teaches.
What do you manage?
Do you know how many unlawful experiments students are willing to perform here within half a second if they are not properly managed and kept
Well, yeah, the
under-
second
I
you
have an
said
idea.
Timrick used to be here,
Uh,
I figured that.
I have. an
Are you
idea.
like magic police?
More like management.
Okay.
So magic, please.
No one goes to jail.
No, usually unlawful experiments either get approved very quickly before anyone knows they were performed before they were approved, or they never
Uh.
happened to begin with because there's no evidence.
Oh, so we do it like the drow. I understand.
Hey,
Wait, do you? I should clarify. We don't just murder people. We simply make certain students that have earned
Oh
the
yes, absolutely.
reputation.
We don't
and
murder anybody. Nobody dies.
so you're like super smart and know about magic stuff, and do you know about this continent and how it's different than other places, though?
This-
You can see the vein on his forehead. Just for a
There's
moment.
like two of them distinct hopping.
If you have someone else we can talk to about these questions, we would love to speak.
No, no, no.
Yeah. Why don't you go take a nap?
What if we all write them down? We ask them
Go
later.
on your vacation and leave this to one of the other Archons who are not on a vacation.
He looks you dead in the eyes. They aren't going to be back till next week.
Are they all on vacation? Why is
Oh, it's
all
fine.
of management
I'll-
on vacation?
We'll call Timrick, have him come by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
see-
Timrick will want
you
to know
see
why,
the-
why his ship's
the-
gone.
You see, like the blood vein, just like inhale, Lieutenant. Technically speaking, the academy is supposed to be closed this following week.
I'm
But
sure an
many of the
Archon can come
students-
visit, though.
If they were available, they would.
Well,
I almost feel bad for this guy.
Well, I appreciate all the help.
I did say almost.
Yeah.
Do you want to know specifically?
Please.
4 of them went to the mainland to go get spa days and spa weeks, as they called it, relaxation for all of the paperwork they left to me. The other 6 are off in various ventures of the world, and well, more specifically of this continent. One, I think, has wandered off probably into the depths of the ocean by this point, considering his personality. And well, they are studying some of the most dangerous phenomenon to have begun occurring in recent times.
Speaking of which, how has that big bird been treating you?
You see him just. Since its arrival, it has caused over 7,000 platinum pieces in damage every 48 hours at minimum.
Are you aware of the corruption?
If you're speaking of the abyssal corruption that is present,
It's not. It is not the business. No.
if you're speaking of corruption similar to abyssal corruption, I will presume I have some faint knowledge on how it will work.
I don't know anything about.
How similar is it to abyssal corruption? By Gwen's knowledge.
You can roll me another Arcana check. But it should be noted that at this point, Udaji is kind of like looking at the gnome, who is like, you can see has been like filing paperwork. And it says, the elevator should be open for
I
access
guess I don't.
momentarily." Then 13?
Yes, I don't.
You've never seen the in-depths, like the full terrible ends of abyssal corruption. You just heard it, like real bad.
Okay,
Real bad.
well,
It's more like
Um,
things falling from the sky.
Astral. It's astral corruption, to the best of my knowledge.
Is that what we're calling it?
Come with me into the elevator. And he steps, leading you towards another kind
How
of
is cited these things?
like steel contraption that you see has again the symbol of a cog on it. And he waits for all of you to enter. Come in, it's perfectly safe. It's not like you'd want to walk up the tower anyway, and teleportation magics are strictly forbidden within the tower.
Even like a quick step here and there.
You will not be able to perform it, and yes, it is still against the rules.
Okay, making sure. Walking in.
Once everybody's in the elevator, you see him kind of wave a hand over this kind of panel, which lights up, and you see him whisper, like in the air, and it like, kind of responds. The panel shifts color, and then the elevator goes, "Tum tum, Archon access granted," and it just starts whirring as the doors close, and you see the walls of it shift to kind of like perfectly see-through, like, you know, glass elevators, and it begins bringing you up the tower, which at this point you realize was astronomically, it was above the clouds when you were, you know, careening down. So it's gigantic. It's absurd how tall this thing is. And it's just like soft elevator music begins to play. You can see out from the tower different sections of branching kind of communities and what you presume to be laboratories and dorms, just like a big tree of stone and steel.
Wide,
Dude,
approximately,
where's
would
that
you say
music
it
coming
is?
from?
Foundry.
What were you saying? Or?
How wide, approximately, would you say the tower is? You know.
It's probably like from end to end. At its base, it looks maybe a couple hundred square, like maybe 200, 300 feet from one end directly to the other. But you can tell there's some sort of spatial magic going on here as you're moving up.
Okay. Gotcha.
The music is coming from the elevator. An invention by the Thousand Hands. It's quite popular these days.
Mm-hmm. What are 1,000 hands?
It is a nickname for a business, or at least what people have presumed the name of the business is. It started somewhere down far south. We have no idea much about its origins, but its progress and the knowledge it has spread like wildfire is more than applicable in a place of learning like this. Before, people would have to walk up the stairs.
This is
Portal.
much better.
Agreed.
No, this is all right.
You were asking, Mo?
Two things. One, I got like a business card.
Yeah?
Was the Thousand Hands the group that the business card
Nope.
was from? Nope. Okay. Second, are there like runes sketched around that are like anti-teleportation?
Not in the elevator, but you can kind of glimpse that sort of writing on the walls everywhere. I should note, it's like think of it like hospital, like white and just like very pristine on the base floor. And as you're kind of going up through the floors, you get these variations of colors and shifting patterns that it's just like whole communities and centers exist in this place, just completely isolated from everything else.
Okay. Can I attempt to remember the ruins?
Yeah, you can roll me an Arcana check to try to get a glimpse to see if you remember some of it, but you know that it's probably a much more detailed process than just one set of runes.
Nope.
You got a gist of how it works. Rune on wall, teleportation means no. But you know more accurately, it's probably a very expensive spell, from the coloration of the runes and the materials
it.
used for it, especially to cover such a large area. Do you have any more? You are all from Azad, correct, or somewhere within the neighboring regions?
Hey, that's a good idea. A good time to tell me where Gwen's home is.
Hey,
Which continent?
he's asking where you're coming from, not where you were born.
Okay, right, fine.
We'll get to that later.
He tried.
I did.
Yeah, I'm from Azad.
So your heart rates must be. Ooh.
Yeah, dude,
Yeah, a little
my
bit.
heart's beating.
I can use Arcane Foci for the first time in my life. I am.
Isn't it so much better than using
These
components?
things.
Yes, it is. That's for my components, but oh my god.
With your passive insights, Gemini and Yura, you can see Udeji is like the pathetic meme. Just like I can use a focus, and he's like pathetic.
Damn.
Even Elgor has a wand.
That's the energy he's giving off, and he's like, well, if you want, we have some treatments to help normalize the adrenaline rush that many travelers experience. It happens very strongly in the plains bound closely to the region as well. Extreme heat, extreme cold, extreme humidity, crushing gravity, anxiety, those sorts of things.
That would be
Anxiety?
kind of nice, actually.
Yes, it's a very common problem.
Although I do like having a heartbeat again. I'm acting a little weird.
Some form
You know, punching
of,
your friends.
undead then. Tragic. Oh well.
No.
If you're offering, I cannot see a reason not to take it.
Okay. I will notate this.
Does he write anything, or is he just?
Nope,
like,
he just
stare
says
at the
that out
wall?
loud. He says that out loud as the elevator just ding, 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 and as you can see, like on the ground below, fire plumes in the distance and water, probably from the fight with Gilby and the water elemental, and you can see Udeji is very pointedly not looking in that direction.
Go Gilby.
Is that ship gonna be okay?
Yes.
I'm sure he's fine.
Yes.
I'm honestly not worried about Gilby. I'm pretty sure he's fine, but the ship I'm not sure about.
I don't know.
More
Buffy
about
usually has an
the
advantage
captain.
over fire.
Materials will be recovered. It shall work fine enough. You need not worry about it.
Yeah, we just need to get the pieces that are not in our plane, right?
Correct. It seems your engine was ripped asunder.
Well, if it's a
And
is
showy
it-
job, I
Is
imagine
pieces
the
of
Arca.
it are pieces of it in several different planes or just one other plane?
We'd have to do a more full search with our.
And will you guys be doing that search for us? That would be fantastic.
Unless you've somehow developed the technology to do it yourselves, yes.
Nope.
Shouldn't a scrying spell work fine?
Between planes, on an object such as that, likely, but we have more efficient uses of our time in magic.
Maybe Ori could help us, but yeah, I'm not counting on it.
How's
Is
Ori
that-
feeling in this place?
We're not telling you about her. Well,
Yeah, oh, you see, like, the Archon's like, I have a feeling this is something important that you probably have a lot of context for. Some magical artifact, a personal lore forge, a docket, perhaps.
Actually, kind of similar to that last thing, but not exactly.
are you going to capture us and interrogate us about?
Right, I can just read your minds.
Wait,
What am I thinking right now? I'm thinking, I wonder what this guy's blood tastes like.
Please do not bite me.
Okay.
Oh,
Wait,
and
just like-
all the guards hit
oh.
is just like the Wii music.
Yeah.
Do, 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 do,
Do,
do,
do, do, do, do.
I don't appreciate how my mind read.
Well, I'm not the first of your ilk to do it.
I don't
Ooh.
appreciate my ilk.
I meant the boy.
Yeah, he kind of does that sometimes.
He's very pointedly looking at Valerius.
Yeah.
Which boy? Oh.
The guard is just
Muted tiefling in our party.
Tyler, you read mine?
by the way.
Tyler, you're muted.
I don't know. I think that's not the
Uh,
way.
Bum, bum. I'm so glad
Yeah,
I
well,
made an
I
elevator.
think it's time we
here.
wait for him to come back.
That's because, like, Udegi cast, like, some petrification spell on him when he tried reading his mind. That's why he's like,
Probably getting his pizza.
Do we tell him what Ori is?
Petrificus totalis.
Oh my god, the fucking this music.
I got music for days for elevator music, dude. By the way, it should be noted as you're kind of like going through the floors, it's crazy. There's like a whole section of it where you can just barely see in it without dark vision, and it looks like some sort of like fucking fungus laboratory where you can see some people dressed in lab coats cackling evilly, and then the floor directly above that is like a pottery area where you see like a group of friends are like making a big fucking pot.
Yo,
Like the-
you
like
guys
the-
Oh,
got,
they make cauldron.
I'm gonna ask him, I'll be like, you guys have magic items here?
It should be noted you can see this through the like door as you're going through the elevator, but yes, he kind of looks at you, and goes,
Can we get some goggles that let you see in the dark?
Would they
Yeah.
work outside of her scene? Is the
Some-
question.
Cool glasses that would look really cool on her would be nice. And I'll point to Gemini.
You would suit
I'm gonna
glasses,
pinch my
Gemini.
nose.
Like, some really cool ones. Don't worry.
well, you're gonna need equipment anyway. I'll put it on the list.
Thank
Yes.
you. Appreciate it.
I should ask, do any of you have any crippling fears of water?
No.
Why?
Water's awesome.
Hmm Any of you claustrophobic, perhaps?
What's that mean?
Scared of very
Also
confined
There's
spaces?
Santa Claus.
No,
Oh.
Gwen lies.
Nope.
Not
That's good.
really.
Anyone have a fear of heights? Well,
Except for coffins. Don't put
no.
me in a coffin. I
We,
will
we
not
fly
sleep
in
in
an
a
airship.
coffin.
Why are you asking this?
anyone have any fears of immolation and or
Why are you
explosive sudden
asking
combustion?
Because I believe he's talking about the elemental planes right now.
Correct.
We've
These
been
are
through
all very.
this.
He looks at you. I should clarify. It is not You will most likely have to traverse through the wandering fields and the guiding planes. So I'm just simply marking out on your consent forms that you are aware of all these dangers and have no stated fears or yes. I'm writing them up right now. You can see he still has his hands like in his sleeves.
Gwen's back. I hear this place. Back to I hear.
My dad told me about the elemental planes when I was a kid.
How quaint.
Kind of crazy going there.
Have any of you ever? No, I don't think you'll need to worry about that. It's very unlikely.
What?
Nope, you're gonna say it.
Say
Well,
it.
do you have any fear of worms?
The fuck? Why?
Well, recently within the elemental plane of fire, there has been a series of reports about giant fireworms devouring people whole, or attempting to,
Yeah.
more accurately.
Well, you know what? When you ask that question, sometimes you should say like, "Do you have a fear of gigantic fireworms, not
I feel
just
like
worms?"
asking about a fear of worms doesn't convey the danger of the situation.
I'm
And
sure
also,
you'll
it's
get
like, not like particularly. No, I don't stay up at night thinking about giant fireworms.
I am more concerned that you're asking for our fears. Like, why would you ask for our fears? Like, we're going to do it.
Well,
anyway.
for the form, of course.
What form?
And just Marcus not scared of anything. We're not scared of anything.
Do any of you
Gemini's
have
like
any
that.
fears of particularly dangerous aquatic creatures?
I don't know,
No.
man.
I don't exactly go into
actually,
the ocean enough
does
to
it
be
matter?
aware of aquatic creatures to know whether or not I should be afraid
It
of
does
them.
for
I
my
don't know.
paperwork, yes.
I guess so.
Do amphibians count?
Yes.
Then
To be
yes.
honest with you, I'm scared of a lot of things, but what matters is being brave and being able to act anyway. Just let's go.
Noted. Ding, ding. As an
Definitely not
aside,
afraid of heights though, or the sky at all.
you were questioning your the validity of the dangers of this place and it to your physical forms. Am I correct?
Hmm.
Prolonged spikes of adrenaline and conflict may be dangerous, but it is not so dangerous as unwanted and unprepared. And he kind of like squinches his face a little. Yeah, whatever. Contact with spirits of a hostile or neutral nature. Maybe back home for you, this occurrence is more akin to the Fae. Here, you could call them the lords of your lives if you are not prepared to handle the problems they might come with and bring.
Dude, you need to rephrase that entire statement so I can understand it.
There are some very powerful creatures you might consider godlike.
I was in character. Oh, like strong elementals,
No.
like strong genie folk.
Close, but not exactly.
I think the term he used was Fae.
Hmm.
It would be a
You
close
said they were
approximation.
kind of like Fae. Are they like
Do you not have
primordials?
Fae around here?
Oh, no, not particularly. They,
Odd answer.
well, the best explanation would be they transform their form when they arrive due to some of the constrictions of the magical energies here and
What
their
do
own
they do?
nature.
I look at
Mhm.
the ducks.
They look
The
at you.
ducks, no, the ducks all in unison look back at Yurik.
What do they do? What are they now then?
You know.
They would be considered as spirits.
Oh, is she still okay? I just kind of put my thumb at Angel sitting on my shoulder.
Familiars are still an expense of your own magic, so you should be fine in that regard.
Oh, okay. She's just
Maddie is
resting.
zigging out.
Yeah, Maddie. Yeah.
I haven't done you.
Yeah, it's Guano Yara and Guano Maddie.
Yes, I will get the guano from the bat.
Anyway, you see Archon and Dougie just kind of nods. Do you have any? No, certainly we'll be fine. Any other more mundane questions?
What was the last one that you skipped over again?
There's a lot of more political and rambles
Fun.
about the nature of this place, but that is not necessary.
Why does everyone only like to
Yeah.
give us half information?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
sorry,
giving us
I-
clues to, like,
I
you know, make
cannot
sure we're
speak
aware of things.
well of it because it is still just a half-baked theory and concoctions of many
I-
different scholars.
I do have one question.
Okay.
Do you have any scrolls?
Yeah, a multitude. Our academy teaches slayers, casters, and the oak.
Hmm.
How much would it be to purchase them, perhaps? Some.
He looks at you for a moment.
I'm a wizard.
Yes.
Reach you the book.
You don't need to show me the book. I understand.
Yeah, you read your mind. Never mind.
It's the hat that first gave it away. Azadian wizards. You should never dress like one. You will get murdered.
Okay, well, she puts the hat away. It's like I just.
Yeah,
There
they
you
can
go.
try.
I only do that if you're
Cool.
more close to the whatever kin of immortality before you try something like dressing in a silly hat or robe. Very few can get away with it without getting stabbed. Anyway, as for scroll rates, they should be as typical for Zedian coin off the top of my head, but of course you could always, during your venture, put a little bit of extra work into it and gather some supplies from the elemental planes while you're at it, and consider it an equivalent exchange depending on the supplies you bring in their quantity and quality.
Maybe a little bit of both. Purchase some, earn some.
If that is what you feel as is necessary, then you will be treated as students of the academy in that regard.
Hmm.
It's the first Magic Academy I've ever been accepted into.
Hmm.
I went right into an apprenticeship.
I pity you.
I pity me.
All right, Gwen. What do you think? Is there any kind of spells you're thinking of that are?
Ding! The elevator ding.
Oh.
Welcome to your stay, your lodging for the evening. We shall
She mouths to like thank you at Yurik before they enter.
just kind of moves out of the way. Feel free to enter. I shall guide you around, give you a synopsis of what it will be like living here for the time being. It's very unlikely that your adventures will be completed in one eve, at most 2 or 3, depending on how long you have, but the priority is the hunting of what many have called the Demon Wing.
It's not a demon.
No, of course it's not a demon, but it's red, evil, and it shoots fire out of its every single pore, so
Well, Valerie is here.
What?
is he evil?
I don't know.
Can he fly?
Only sometimes.
Sometimes.
I don't think I can fly. I never really tried.
Well, do not
I believe
try.
in you. Go, fly, Val.
Do not try while indoors. It is very dangerous. Do it on the ground floor. You are about 700 stories up. You will die from the impact. Unless you, of course, have several spells to prevent that.
We got a feather from Timrick.
Oh, before that, he pulls out from his cloak a clipboard, and he puts it on the table. If you would all sign for your stay.
Gwen says Guano Yara.
You know I know your real
What?
names, right?
Oh my god, why did you ask?
To be polite!
Whatever.
You're rude.
Son.
What? What is this contract exactly?
It's basically like the equivalent of a renter's lease. There's
What-
no
what
deposit.
do we
There's no
Yes.
deposit that's stated, but it's saying you'll be liable for any damages found and
We're getting an
discovered in-
apartment.
more or less.
Nice.
Roomies.
Pog.
Any damages,
yeah.
you will be
Yeah,
held
I
accountable
sign.
for
Monkey of Yurik.
Hell
any
yeah.
retrieval, and you will abide by the rules of the tower and the
Do they have
academy.
fountain pens or do they have quills?
They have fountain pens.
Holy shit.
Again, there's a little gear on it.
No. It's
There's a
not gonna
what?
work outside of a scene.
It's a
Hmm.
brand.
Gwen writes her name.
Thank you.
I read the Duckman.
That will suffice.
I just draw like a thunderbolt.
You can see that Udegi is just like, keep calm, keep focused, like like a river.
It's like Lord Harris.
So I'd like just like
I'll sign, but after I sign, I turn to him. I want to know your theories on this not abyssal corruption.
The astral in origin? Well, the reality is, if you are referring to it as a sort of plague of the soul or essence, the closest approximation any existence has is the abyss and the depths below, as they warp things on a fundamental level. Though those theories are not my specialty, but my companion, who is most likely still at the bottom of the sea.
and there's no way you can send him a message.
I could, I just don't want to speak to him right now.
Well, he might need
Understandable.
his help.
Fine. 25 words. Choose wisely.
I'm sure you can do it. Choose for us. You're very smart.
You see him put a finger to his ear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
He's speaking out loud.
All right. Marcus, how goes it at the bottom of the sea? Have you moved on? I have some guests of our illustrious 13th Archon who are wondering on the mechanics of abyssal corruption and your studies in them. Respond at your own leisure. You see
That
his
was
eye
very
twitch?
polite.
His response is as follows. Give me 30 minutes, a sandwich, and a fresh bath, and I will be there shortly.
That sounds like
Oh, man, a sandwich sounds good.
I-
And
I
those
could use a
drugs. I'm getting weird.
sandwich.
He takes a step
What?
back.
Was that in character?
That is so unlike Marcus. Bizarre. Anyway, he's your problem now.
Hmm.
Are you going to take your vacation now?
He teleports away.
30 minutes in this place alone. Let's go.
Do we
Hmm.
need
Yuri, could you? What is
Wait, we
this
didn't get a
place?
key
Where
for
are
our
we?
place.
Where
Where's
are
our place?
We're locked.
No.
We're locked in here.
God damn it.
You realize you look, the elevator door is locked. Like, let us out, let us out.
Wait,
Where
I
are
thought we were
we?
supposed to teleport in here.
You're not. That's the joke, Jarvan.
No, that was a
Where,
character.
where are we though? What is this? What
I was
room?
literally gonna be like, wait.
So you guys know like the New York penthouse suites
Mhm.
vibes,
God,
like the
awesome.
big open space with couches, like a
Mm-hmm.
big TV, like a couple of extra rooms, the
Are there
stairway up.
those?
There's a library, yeah. It's all
Yuri, could you
magazines.
handle the York, if you could handle the sandwich, can you run a bath? Eldegard? You can run a bath, right?
What? Wait, we have to make that stuff? I thought he was doing
He wants
that.
a sandwich and 30 minutes a sandwich and a bath.
No.
Wait, 30 minutes of what?
He's taking a bath, and then he's gonna come here. And that's why he said
Can
it.
you roll?
30 minutes.
I think you should roll an insight on that. Just
Yurik's pretty sure, even if I'm not. But sure, I can roll an insight.
if he gets here and he doesn't have a sandwich in his bath ready, like he's also at the bottom of the
with,
ocean.
with the
He didn't say
way
give me 30 minutes sandwich in a bath.
Yeah.
with the way it was phrased and with the way Udagi was addressing it, you have a feeling it was probably like he wanted that sort of pampering that you know. 1 second. Why is his image not leaving? Udagi, get
Why
out
do
of
we
here.
want this guy anyway?
Marcus?
Because he knows about abyssal corruption. He could help us more than the Dicky could.
Hmm. And
Alright.
the
You guys can make baths and shit if you want.
yeah, he definitely wants. Let me see. Why is it not? Go
We'll find
away,
out.
Udagi.
From
It's more or less. Yeah, he definitely wants that stuff ready for when he gets there, and it's more like you'll be there in 30 minutes rather than
okay.
anything else of the sort.
Okay,
It should
fine,
be
I'll make him
noted
a
there
sandwich.
is
It'll
on
take
the
me 2
wall
minutes.
a flat piece of obsidian that seems to shimmer. There's a bit of paneling below it. There's a table directly under it with a series of boxes. You notice there's a kind of weird gear-shaped centerpiece to the table that looks like it has an opening in the middle.
Is there a kitchen?
There is a fully stocked kitchen, and instead of the traditional kind of like open flames, you notice there are weird heating coils that are labeled as such. Like this is a place that is usually held by people who don't know what's going on or need labels for everything. There's a little knob to turn on the heat. It's fully consider it like
It's
a
an oven.
modern yeah, it's a modern day oven and stove. And again, the symbol of the gear. It should be noted for Yurik as you're kind of like fiddling with it because you have primordial. You hear a I'm cooking, baby, when you turn it on.
What the fuck? What is that creature? I like it. I love it.
There's also a strange steel box that is has another box on it. It looks like you open it with a handle on the side.
A microwave?
No, it's a fridge.
Fridge.
There is
Yeah.
a microwave, but
Okay. In the fridge, is there like lunch meats?
when you open the fridge, it's first of all it's cold. But again, because you know primordial you can hear the whispers of, "Ooh, it's getting chilly in here."
Mm. Yeah, it is.
What the fuck is going on?
Nice.
Do you not remember how it
Okay.
works?
We turn,
Gotta
we
reach
turn
in
on
with
the
my hand
shower.
on the shelf.
We turn on the shower. Oh shit, it's getting wet, boys. What the fuck?
Get wet, baby.
I hate this.
Eric's just
It should
whispering
be
back
noted.
to it.
It should be noted. Everyone else, because you do not natively know primordial, you don't hear this. Only Yurik does.
I know. I know.
And Eric's just moaning and responding. Just rubbing
yeah.
the shelf in the fridge.
Oh yeah.
Real chilly.
There is what looks to be like a singular wine bottle in here. And in the freezer, you notice there's a box that says heatables. And inside is what looks like a
What the
burrito.
fuck?
It's a hot
Oh my
pocket. More or less.
Okay, I'm gonna grab a heatable.
Mhm.
Just heat it up for this guy.
Yeah.
No, can I make a sandwich? Is there actually lunch meat? and
No,
stuff?
there's nothing in the
There's
fridge.
not?
It's not stocked.
It's just heatables.
Hmm?
Oh my fucking
You
god.
said it
I'm-
was a fully stocked kitchen.
He did.
No, but it's a fully stocked kitchen with fucking heatables and wine.
There's also noodles in the cabinet if you want to make some ramen.
There
Bro,
you
he asked
go.
for a sandwich, so I'll make him a heatable.
Is it like actual noodles or is it like an instant ramen?
It's an
It's
instant ramen.
Yes,
my God.
we're seeing this in Scotland.
Dude, I'm gonna make myself instant ramen while I make this guy a heatable.
When you put it in the strange kind of like it's labeled as the heating box. When you put it in there and you see it spins, you can hear the crackle, crackle, cook, baby, crackle, crackle, cook, baby. And for the first time, you hear one of the other spirits inside you. Look, just once. Can we not do this? Can we just do our job, please? For the love of
Eric's just like, yo, you guys can dump. You guys can just, you don't have to sing. I love
he
it.
can fucking hear us. Oh shit. Oh fuck.
Yurik, what are you doing?
Huh?
You're talking to the
Right.
noodles?
Yeah.
Okay, that's cool.
You're
What'd
fucking
they say?
embarrassing us in front of the fucking.
You're singing. It's kind of cute.
Ding.
Thank you.
Squid like looks really confused, just like
did the machine ding or did they like vocalize the ding?
No, they vocalized the ding. All of the
Okay.
rest of you see the machine stop, and like the heat chill, and there's like a sound.
Eldegard, if you want to run that bath, I'm going to disappear into the library and see if there's anything of worth while we wait.
Look, guy like rolls up his sleeves and the ducks all put like their little floaties on.
You got this.
Gwen, I'll bring you some ramen in a bit.
Thank you so much.
It's Ramo.
Ramo.
Ramo. It's like, yes,
Like
I love
Gweno.
Ramo.
Do you want Ramo or a heatable?
What's a heatable?
I'll take some Ramo. Thank you.
Okay.
You said there's
I
no
don't know.
bread
You want a
here,
heatable? You want to try it?
There's what?
You said there's no bread here, right?
Correct. Like the kitchen is empty outside of those three things.
You guys need me to summon some food?
Yes, we need bread for a sandwich.
I can summon sandwich shit. Should I?
It doesn't matter. Just some kind of bread.
Oh God. Okay.
We're just like calling from the
Apparently
bathroom.
these people don't have bread either.
All of you hear a ding from the elevator, and you're
No.
tiny ho, tiny
here?
ho. And when you kind of like look, you see there is two tiny legs carrying a stack of boxes.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
sorry, maintenance here. We got the stock. You weren't supposed to get here for another 20 minutes unless you used Archon access to speed up the elevator.
We did. The Archon did that, yes.
I see.
I'm going to disappear into the library. You can do your stuff.
Oh, hey, you
just do your
got
thing.
sandwich meats in there? Hey, I'm just gonna let you do your thing. I'll hang back a second.
Yeah. Thank you. You see the gnome starts putting down these boxes, starts stocking your fucking kitchen.
Fucking gnomes.
I'm just like sitting there like on a chair with my arms crossed
It
while
should
I'm
be-
kinetically helping them a little bit.
It should be noted he's
Well-
dressed in a nice little suit with a little bow tie, and his hat is a beret that has a pointy back end.
Well, I hope you
Oh, the
know,
girl
just
walks-
because this gnome is bringing us bread doesn't make me enjoy like gnome.
Do. Any
Okay.
preferences or allergies, sir?
What's an allergy? Oh
No?
yeah.
What's an allergy?
That-
Noted,
no,
noted.
trip.
Yes. 1 second. And he pulls out a crate. Whoop, and he pulls out a strange loaf of. Most of the bread you're used to is kind of like a round, well, like traditional kind of like wheat bread that is risen with yeast. This is like a long sliver. It's a baguette, first of all. And there's and there's a couple of varieties of kind of different breads that he starts stocking the kitchen with. There's some hoagies. There's some croissants. There's some. It's getting wild in here. You're like, is that all bread? There's a lot of variants of bread. And a couple
Like
different
Elgar
types
comes
of
in the
cheeses.
kitchen from outside, looks in and goes, "Oh,
But
Sorry.
no, just kind of looks at you.
Outside.
Yes.
nothing."
Well, okay. One moment.
You saw a gnome for the first time.
And it's the help. After the gnome stocks the kitchen, you see he kind of like claps, and one of the like a couple of the crates just kind of become ephemeral, and he opens a little box or a little like what's it called, potion bottle, and whoop, sucks up what looks like the magic of the box, and then he opens the last one. We've got a variety of outfits if you would like, and he starts kind of laying it out. They've been imported directly from the south, and other regions for your taste. And so there's a variety of outfits here if you guys choose to wear them. One of them has a logo of a check mark and like a cross, like a skull that is winking. Yeah, it's very nice. It says Ultimate on it, and there's a couple of kimonos. There's a couple. It's all sorts of very nice clothes. There's a straight up cowboy outfit.
Yurick will put a kimono on,
Yes,
like a yukata.
from
you
the
know,
mainland.
Yeah.
You wear it well. Yes, it's the supreme meme.
Am I fucking
my
tripping,
God.
or aren't we on the fucking?
Yeah, the gnome refers to like the main center content, like the capital.
Okay.
As the mainland.
You shouldn't call it the fucking mainland. It's just the capital. Gee.
Oh, the gnome doesn't consider this a place.
Ah, okay, gotcha.
You want to read his thoughts? Go ahead.
I don't have that.
Shame.
But-
Are these all like logoed clothes?
Some of them.
Yurick's gonna look like a fucking
Different
Yakuza
brands.
boss with all his tattoos and the yukata.
oh my god.
The most notable one is the one that says Ultimate with the skull.
And create a no dachi made out of light.
Is there
Missed it on his
anything?
shoulder.
Oh my god. Is there anything wool?
Yeah. There's like a very nice
Uh,
comfy jacket, coat,
Okay, I
pants.
guess she-
There's sweatpants.
What?
What pants are a thing?
Sweatpants.
Yeah, sweatpants are a thing.
I don't know if I want to channel my illusion. I don't have to. Never mind. I'm not changing outfits.
Is there just a wool yukata? They make wool yukatas.
There's all sorts of outfits. And as the gnome kind of finishes unpacking, like a display set on the couch, he walks up into one of the main rooms to start like stocking the freaking closets.
I'm back.
You know, Gwen like pops her head out and is like, "Ooh!" Like spots a cowboy hat and then just takes it streets back into the library.
It's like Elgar's hat.
yes.
Reject wizard hat, return to cowboy hat.
Inner Texan awakens.
Is there anything of value in the library that a
Magazines.
wizard might?
It's
like-
all magazines.
Oh my god, no! Gwen
It's
comes out like
from-
5 minutes later, fucking.
It's all from Wanderers Weekly, and it's like 700 copies.
Like I thought it was gonna be manga.
oh my god!
No, not
There's
here.
a copy of Death Note in there.
Yeah. Every single volume of One Piece.
oh my god!
All of
It-
them.
it would be
The
every
Walker
single
Road
volume.
One Piece.
It would every single volume of 3/4 treasure.
Is
Every single comic of Pop Team Epic has its own picture. It's its own book.
I don't know.
Here's where I
Have we
would put
heard
all
the
my- all my-
adventures of Luffy and the wool hide pirates.
You'd have to go to the main
Really?
library.
Oh, okay. But I'm supposed to have
Yeah.
time for that.
Mm.
Fine.
This hat isn't even made of wool. Why is what?
It should be
Why would
noted
the hat
for you,
wool?
Jarvan, when you went into the bathroom, it's got a hot tub. It's got little jets, which are air elementals that go to push the water.
Oh god, that poor air elemental when a teenage boy gets in there.
Oh, no.
I don't get it, but
Fuck. It's fucked. There's a regular tub, a shower, a variety of soaps and scents. Nice towels.
It's a penthouse, yeah. Yeah.
I'm just
assuming he's
making
gonna
it clear.
want a nice hot bath and jacuzzi. So I'm gonna like
Yeah, it's fine.
Put
Don't
some
let
sense
Val
in
know,
there.
though.
He's gonna come in 30 minutes, and like Jarvan is gonna be already
Like
Like,
in the
already
bath.
in the hot tub.
in the hot tub, just like, oh shit, oops. It's like Gwen like walks in behind him and is like, oh yeah, we bought you a bath and a snack, and then she's like, closes the door back.
He's just in the bath.
Eating the sandwich.
You come here often.
Like, hey man, you want to share?
very scary.
I told you, I'm struggling to keep a straight face with all of the stuff that you're gonna get to today.
Not only did we leave you a sandwich and a bath, sir, but also some company. Eldegard just winks.
Dear God,
Let's
help
down
me.
his long hair.
Elderguard's the fuck boy. Oh my god.
I don't know. I'm
All
not
the
sure.
ducks
Like,
wink too.
I'm not sure why they printed so many copies of this three-quarters item.
What?
I mean, I better start reading it. Well, I mean, this is the first copy of it. This weird drawing book. Am I supposed to color these in? Is that why they're black and white?
No.
Oh, okay. Just like sits
The
down and
gnome
begins
is,
reading.
the
Like,
gnome
what
is
the
still in
fuck?
the closet, by the way, just going. Doo, doo, doo. It's very
Why
awkward for all
are
of
you
you.
here, man?
I am stalking your rooms.
Oh. Okay. Sure. I'm gonna go.
You have
I'm
access to
gonna
the
leave.
elevator, right? You can.
You have your own
We can-
elevator keys. Yeah,
we
I'm
don't.
not allowed.
He left without giving them to us.
The gnome blinks.
We need our own.
Make an insight check.
Oh no. Oh my god, inside check. Ooh.
Tell me, Gwyneth, do you trust gnomes?
No.
He's up to
I
something.
don't trust. It's like. You can provide us keys, right?
He puts a shoe back on the
What?
rack. Continues to put shoes on the racks.
We need keys to leave.
We do?
No entiendo. Sorry.
What? I don't speak Gnomish.
Gnome Spanish.
No, he didn't speak in Gnomish. That's the joke.
Are you trying to say
Hablo-
you were speaking
comment.
very polite when you came in? You told me.
He looks at you wide-eyed.
Yo, I'm gonna tell the closet this guy's trouble.
There's no elemental spirits trapped in the.
Yo, closet, you alive?
Why would you ask the closet that?
No. Okay. No. Closet's not alive, guys.
The gnome finishes
Eric,
stocking
I
the
really
top.
think you
the
need I need
closet.
you to lay down.
As you guys are talking, you see the gnome is very quickly going, walking out towards the elevator.
Wait, no, hold on.
He slaps it. He looks at you and he goes,
No.
"Ta-da!" And then he steps inside, closes the doors behind them.
What just happened?
Yurick, nothing here is alive.
Yeah, they are.
I didn't
But
mind
not
leave
the
yours.
closet.
The closet
mean-
wouldn't dare keeping anything inside.
there's like it's different here. Like that guy said, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I'm not good with words. They're not. They're a little bit alive.
Are your clothes alive?
No, the fucking microwave, the heater is alive. The freezer maker is alive.
It is called the freezer.
I'm gonna go
Yeah.
ahead and cast Tech Thoughts.
Freezer
now.
maker.
It's
What's
just
going on?
The hot
kind
tub
of
Elgard is alive.
chatting it up a bit. You know,
With detect thoughts, you feel the senses of intelligence, but very closer to like raw primal nature that is barely sentient. You realize, there's probably some elementals of some kind trapped here.
but also
Oh, that's weird.
you are right. I am kind of losing it right now.
Well,
You should lay
read
down.
3/4 item here and just relax. We have.
I think I need blood. My heart's beating so much; it's all just pumping right through me.
Look at
Please,
Gemini.
please.
I don't think that's just a
He
thing.
just
you
kind of
say,
like sits on the
people.
floor.
Yeah,
we need
just lay down.
We could. I know a way to safely. Looks at Gemini. Looks at fucking Valerie is still in the area.
What are you looking at me for?
I don't.
What do
Yes.
you want?
Can I have some-
The fucking
of course.
demon thing kicked
Like
my
she just
ass
like
earlier.
kneels down and like offers her arm. There you go.
I'll drink some blood and then healing word her. His healing word is thank you.
Alrighty. As this goes
I
on.
didn't even see that. There were boxes on the table, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are those boxes?
You kind of open one up slightly. There's a series of strange circular devices, or they're more like circular mirrors. It looks weird. There seems to be engravings on them.
I'm gonna open it further. Are they all? Is that what is in all of them?
Yeah, there's little pamphlets too, but you can't read the language. It has a couple of pictures here and there. They all look to be identical to the same shape as the circular device in the center of the table under the strange flat obsidian piece.
I have no idea what this is.
Like I imagine Gwen is still like kneeling beside like Yurik.
You can
On
roll
the ground,
me
like,
an
sitting like a toddler.
investigation, Gemini.
Like holding her arm out, and it's like, "What are you looking at?"
Hmm.
That's a great question.
Gemini, you notice there's a little pointy end in the center of the kind of circular thing in the middle, and you notice these are kind of like discuses, maybe close. There's a little gap on the underside of them. They probably go on the center piece, but what they do, you have no idea.
I'm gonna put them on the centerpiece.
Roll me a d40.
Is it
Oh,
a disco
boy.
ball? Is it a disco ball? Please.
Oh
let
my
it be a
god,
disco
no, it's
ball.
not this ball. It's one of those fucking hockey things. It's one of those hockey things. You go dum dum. It's like ice hockey.
Okay, 1 second. As you put it on, there's a kind of woom sound from. Let me see if I can find the music I'm looking for. 1 second.
I'm sorry.
No,
I'm
it's
sorry.
okay. It's very specific.
I'm not apologizing to you. I'm apologizing to everyone else.
Don't apologize.
This is great. What do you mean? We want to know what these do.
I thought it was a disco ball. I thought Portal was just a disco ball.
It's a hologram or something.
I need to get the track 1 second.
I don't know.
Never apologize for rolling a nat 20 and getting something cool out of it,
Well, I don't know if it's gonna be cool out of it.
or getting fucked for it. That's also cool.
I don't know.
What kind of
if
sandwich you
Gwen's-
make?
What kind of sandwich did I make?
Yeah.
A mean club sandwich. Let me roll to see how good it is. I'm gonna roll a
An
medicine
angry one?
check because it's
I'm
the
not-
same modifier as my Oh, I rolled it in fucking D&D Beyond because I'm retarded. I got a really good roll though.
Did you
Yeah,
um?
I can't
let's
find
see.
my download version of it, so I have to play
Here we
the
go. I'll
fucking
roll again.
closest.
Oh,
YouTube
better.
one.
Let's go!
Actually, that was the same. I made a really good club sandwich for this guy.
Okay, Agma, I need you
I don't know
right now.
whether Gwen's heart would increase in pace when the bite happens or slow in pace. I'm going to go with the former.
Why is it not?
When what
Hmm.
happens?
Oh, the
I'm
bite.
drinking her blood.
Yeah, drink your blood.
I don't know if healing word would regenerate just the impact wounds of the fangs, or also rejuvenate some blood back to you.
Probably some blood. Considering.
Probably some blood, yeah. Considering the,
Yeah.
in D&D, like when you get fucked up, you lose a lot of blood and it heals you. So probably.
Makes sense.
I'm sorry for this curse thing I have brought.
Dude,
Is
I could
Agma
just-
dead?
No, you're not.
Did we remove Agma? No. Why isn't he? Oh, I have to type out the full fucking command. That's right. Gross.
Hello?
What is this?
All
I
right.
can't
No,
hear it.
what?
So the little the little glass disc starts to spin, and you see the kind of obsidian panel starts to flicker with light, and then on the TV you see there's a workout routine. It's a workout routine with what looks like an elf in yoga, like a yoga outfit.
Okay, team.
I'm
for
taking it out.
calisthenics.
Oh man!
God.
Yeah.
God damn it! That was my favorite one.
I believe you. I believe you. That's weird.
Didn't even get
A girl
started.
walks out, starts like dancing music, and the next turns up. It's like, oh,
God, you're naked. Go get dressed.
oh, I got quite close. That was a joke. It's not actually a job.
All right.
He
there's
just
a
walks in a helicopter.
there is a lot of discs.
Oh
Put
my God,
put
the
another one in.
fuck?
Put another one in.
Do they have shit written on them, like what they are?
Yeah, but you can't read the language.
Can't read them.
Oh, fucking A.
Can I read them?
You want me to
Let's
put
see
this
what
one
they
back
are.
in there?
What about the cover
No,
art?
no.
Is there any like cover art that's like epic looking?
As you're looking
Super.
through, you notice if there were covers, they're not here.
Just give it a bunch of fucking blank discs so you ripped from, you burned these fucking from a pirate website or some shit.
More or less
Probably.
the energy of what they look like, yeah.
God.
What another one going?
Oh.
D39. Please get the other one. Please, I beg of you. 39. Fuck! Okay.
Sorry.
All right, it's fine. I just have to
That
get
was
the music for that one.
Why do you have 40 of these?
Cause I
Yeah,
like
what
I
the
said, I
fuck?
didn't do anything productive, but I did have a really funny idea.
Proto's like, I prepped. I just didn't prep anything that makes sense.
It's
You
important.
prepped the good part.
No, I had to prep this because it was
He's like,
on
oh,
my
I
brain.
prepped. Trust me, I prepped a list of 40 shitty songs.
It's not. That's
It's number 40, the Rickroll.
no.
Oh no.
Okay. All right, we'll get this one.
Which was Mariah Carey?
It's okay, Proto. We don't need prep.
Yeah,
She's not
which
in
one
this
is
scenario.
Mariah Carey?
She's not in.
Mariah Carey with
She's
a
not in
100
season right now, but you can get it from
Oh
the
my
library
God.
if you want.
We have to get that before we leave. Just torture portal. Blast it during the final boss fight.
All right, I can't find my music, so I'll just use this as an interim. You load it, and it starts, vroom, 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 and it flickers to life, and then a slow text, a wall starts to crawl up. In the ancient ages of
Wars!
heroes and
Star
legend, there was a time when the seas of the stars were ours to command, and like the scroll text goes up and up and up and up, and it just keeps
What
going.
is this?
And then there's like a picture. Well, it shifts an image of a large kind of flying triangle, almost some sort of vehicle. You see a pointed top to it. There's a group of humans slamming the tables. Like, where did they go? Little beam noises start to
Guys, that
echo
might
out.
be what's coming for us.
Oh,
Study
what
this
is
tome.
I'm
prophecy?
stopping this one.
No, keep going, keep going.
No, we gotta keep watching.
We'll learn so much.
Okay.
Gemini, this is educational.
What?
Ding!
We may face this danger soon.
You guys all hear the elevator ding.
You just want to keep describing Star Wars.
No, there. I want you to know the reason I wanted you guys to roll Day Night. You might still get it, so I'll hold off. But it's a really good reason. It's really fucking funny. I was
We gotta
proud of
play
myself
one-
for this
We
riff.
gotta play one in the bathroom for him.
It's Power Rangers.
Is there a little
39
TV in the
Power
bathroom?
Rangers.
Is
No,
there a
39
little,
is
like,
not Power Rangers.
oh,
Huh? There is not a player in the bathroom now.
damn it.
Move it.
But the elevator dings.
Oh,
Okay.
oh god.
Hey, I think that Val should get the door.
The
Who's
elevator
most
opens.
Oh.
Oh,
Archon, access granted. One
Ah,
moment.
shit.
Bum, bum,
We got another
bum, bum,
Archon coming in.
It's
Well,
Marcus.
yeah. Yeah, you did ask for him.
oh. Hey, what's up,
30
man?
minutes already, Jesus.
Thanks for coming.
Bum, 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 bum,
He's
bum, bum, bum.
invisible. He walks
Wiping the blood off my lips, getting
Oh
off
my
the
fucking
grass.
God.
The doors open and you see what looks like the outline of a humanoid in a long, kind of flowing robe that seems to have recently been dried off. And then he takes a step and you hear a squoosh of like kind of like wetness. And you see there are not feet but tentacles as he's kind of like sliding across the floor. His upper body is shifted with these kind of dark, translucent pad. Fuck you, theater inserts.
God damn you.
Why aren't you working?
I was like off to the corner a
I
little
thought
bit.
that was in character for him for a second like that. I thought he was just like randomly like, fuck you. You're like, whoa, man.
Yeah, I'll add Archon Udagi as the placeholder so he's on the other side.
Just put
And
one
then
of
we're
us
good.
there.
Yeah. That's a good idea for the future. He's kind of like slithers out. You see tentacles kind of twisting. You can see the vaguely humanoid features on his facial shape. You notice that his eyes are disjointed. There's two main ones, and then he has a couple more on his the right side of his face.
Along his body.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, let me show you the
Wow.
full token artwork.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hello.
We have your sandwich in your bath ready.
Marcus?
Yes. Where's the sandwich?
Oh, here you go, man. I made it myself.
A tentacle grabs it. His jaw kind of unhinges.
Where's
Well, that's
his
unique.
jaw?
I feel
On
like
the
it's
lower
like his
half.
sternum.
It is where the face, like the traditional face jaw is, but you can see there's no kind of like mouth flap or anything. It opens kind of like a almost sinewy
A
mass.
A mask?
Ew.
And down his throat. You can see it go down his throat. That's good.
I liked it.
Yes, you called for me.
You have your bath is ready as well.
Nice. He
Makes
starts
sense.
just kind of like, oh, were you watching The Legacy of the Stars? Oh, I
Yes.
love
yes.
that movie. He
Yeah.
sits down on the couch very casually.
Oh my fucking god.
No, you can put it back on. We can
Fuck
watch.
yeah, put it back on.
Okay, yes, put it back on.
Nah, that was good.
I'm not gonna sit next to them. I'm gonna sit up.
I'm gonna sit right
Anywhere
next to him.
like-
You guys want to watch the first episode of Legacy
Yes.
of the Stars?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll sit next to him too. I don't even care. I'll
Okay.
even make us some like movie snacks.
Oh yes.
Make us like caramel chocolate popcorn, like stuff like that. You know?
Can I have a sandwich too with no crust?
Yeah, sure.
Mm.
I
No
cut off the crust of Elder Guards and I cut it in the shape of like a duck head.
Aw.
While he
Orange.
prepares your meals, I believe you called me for business on the Abyss.
Yes, well,
Oh,
this is
yeah.
on the matter of corruption.
Yes, I am very intimately familiar.
Evidently.
Mhm.
Yes.
The corruption we are speaking of is one of the astral link.
No, it's a whistle. All corruption is. That's how it works.
Okay, so there's an abyss in the sky?
The abyss is the absence of existence. Well, close to it.
Sorry, I'm just gonna look at Mo and I said,
Mo?
yes, okay, I mean, B Slam is looking through the internet at you and saying, I fucking told you.
Like, the reason they call it an abyss is because you look down and you see nothing. And that exists in the material plane as a physical downward force, but it doesn't exist only here. There's a gate to
Mhm.
something much more intimidating. What? I don't want to know. But everything that leaks out from the bottom, well, it unmakes people. It's pretty
so
simple.
it's like demons put in the sky.
No, not in the slightest. Demons are just material
Okay.
things made different. Oh, this has my own running theory. So
But not
gotta do more
every-
tests.
Is everything abyssal corruptor that we fight a demon?
No, exactly. See, that's the thing. It works like a plague or like a disease.
Oh,
Mhm.
never mind.
It would change something like I know you
You're
guys
both
are
right.
probably weirded out looking at me, but would you believe it if I tell you I was once a very, very handsome dragonborn?
Sure,
No.
Yeah, I mean, you got
I'll
horns.
take your word
I
for
would-
it.
I mean, I can't.
Demon fairy.
I could make an illusion of it. The problem is, when an abyssal corruption takes hold of your physical form, it changes you on a fundamental level. You can't go back.
Fuck you, Slam.
Really enjoying that.
You can
sandwich.
see in his chest the way it's moving. It's crushing the
Oh
sandwich.
my god. Ugh.
Oh boy, I don't feel like eating anymore. But thank you for the sound, Chirk.
Yeah, no problem.
I'll take it.
Okay.
This one looks like a duck.
Mm. I'm not much of a duck fan.
I'm sorry, we can't be friends.
No, I meant the meat.
Oh, okay, we could definitely be friends.
Okay, well, the question is of the nature of, Gwen makes a sort of like a little firebolt in her hands, and then turns it in.
Sorry, I'm eating. Continue.
Oh, okay, yeah, makes a firebolt in her hand and like turns it into starlight.
What the fuck is that?
Magic.
Magic.
No shit. But I meant. Ugh. What's the source of that?
don't.
The astral plane, maybe.
The opposite of the source of what happened to you.
The opposite of corruption. Or at
Crimson?
least.
If Timric wants to share his research.
Well,
Ask-
It didn't
I
come
mean-
from him, but he
Oh,
knows
sure,
about it.
but Then again, I don't know how we do it either.
his specialty always was looking at the bigger picture and mugging small guys. Considering he's so small himself, it's pretty impressive.
Let us pretend for a moment that there is a large sentient construct. That is
No, that
capable of
lines up with his theory.
We're still pretending, right?
No, it's most likely
Okay.
accurate.
Okay, well, it's a giant construct that we interact with it through means that it's the braces. It's no point. You can see what it's the braces.
Well, I actually can't. I've never been good at getting hints, so thank you for telling me. So it's the bracelets connect you with, and you hear encryption decoded, message available, security footage
Slave
recovered.
message.
Oh shit. Let's see this. Play it already, please.
On the big screen.
On the on the screen. No, not the
Screen detected.
Buzz. Not the link of the
Pairing.
stars, no.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
God, pairing devices.
Pairing. The TV whirs.
Twice round.
Connection code.
The Arcan goes, "Oh shit, that's some pretty advanced tech. I didn't even know the TV could make that noise."
I didn't know a TV was a thing.
I'm an IT guy in every dimension.
Yes.
All right, 1 second. I have to get the music for this scene. The screen whirs with the magic from Ori projecting for a moment. Is it this one? I think it's this one.
Tell me I have
Yes.
an actual video of this. That'd be crazy.
No, I
Oh
don't.
my god, what?
We get footage of very intense music security footage displaying, and it is like a camera whirring to life. You see a scene of a monstrous form twisting, much like the corruption you know this day, crushing the skull of a humanoid in its bare hands. It's about 8 feet tall, stretches, seems to move unnaturally fast, tears through the first room. The security footage kind of like blanks out for a second, buzzing, whirring, and then you see the door crack open as a large minotaur runs through the room, followed by a couple of other individuals who you don't
Oh
recognize,
no!
sprinting down full throttle. The security footage then kind of shifts as the wall of whatever it is shakes, and as the camera falls, you get a glimpse of something. Majestic wings, followed by a spear straight through them. And then, seconds after, a scythe that descends, nearly cutting the train part in half. Or, well, what some of you might know to be a train, but the wall of the thing, nearly in half. You can hear the thud, and you see two figures fighting in the background, or at least on the outside of this train or vehicle. You do notice that. And it kind of rocks for a second. And then the footage kind of burr, and we get a different scene from the security footage, which is the large form blasted with a bolt of radiant energy from a large warforged, which cocks doubled. It's very similar to one of the guns you have. Just security complete, and a kind of like smug expression. Station, and they're static, and the visual kind of shakes for a little bit. And then we get a small scene of an explosion at a panel, and then nothing. Black box footage incomplete.
Those are predecessors.
Security
That's-
footage of the SS Salvation.
That
We're
doesn't
gonna
help.
ride a train to fight God.
What's his train?
Well, out of character. None of you know what
No,
that
I
is.
know what it is out of
Yeah.
character.
Or, yeah, in character. No, your characters have no idea. You just know that it was like rattling on some sort of platform. The camera was anyway. Strange figures ran past.
So it's
Chaos in the
shit,
background.
I thought you said we recognized him.
Those who played in the one shot would recognize the.
The,
Oh.
Mhm.
Out of
love
character,
shadows
to know.
guys.
Mhm. It was a drow, a minotaur, a humanoid with a mask, another humanoid with a cowboy hat and boots. What was the other one? What was the last one? Fuck, I don't remember. Oh, a half orc, or a close facsimile of it in heavy armor.
Was the half orc Raph?
Yes.
Yes. In the middle. Yeah.
As
Well,
the footage
anyway,
plays, you see
You've been-
the Archon goes, "No, yo, that was neat production though. The
well,
monster
that
though,
is- you've
that is familiar. The monster,
how was it familiar?
very well. So there's a lab with where I just came from. Timurk used to run. It's
You were down in Timek's lab.
well,
We have to go there soon. There might be corruption going there. Careful.
oh no, it's definitely running rampant.
Oh, okay.
But his guardian is pretty good at his job. He refused to let me in for a good 30 minutes, so I just snuck in when he wasn't looking. But I'm pretty sure he would
That
have killed
doesn't
me.
seem very good at his job.
Oh well, I mean, he was busy fighting a demon fish, so
Oh, okay.
or at least I think that was. It wasn't as easy as I'm making it sound, right? I'm very skilled at what I do, and you see him kind of
Yes.
like shrink and turn into like goop, and then
It's like,
reform.
I am never sitting on that chair.
Does he leave a stain in the chair?
No, he doesn't.
Okay.
Ta-da! My form shifts
Yes.
pretty
I
fluid.
only
Anyway,
got claps a little.
point is, there's like hell down there, but I saw one of those down there while I was trying to conduct some of my own research.
That's the
I'm pretty
corruption
sure.
method.
Well, let me finish my sentence, goddammit. Pretty sure I was there before, and if I had to wager it, it either comes from the very, very, very close to the bottom, or like you said, from somewhere else that probably had a gate directly to the bottom opened or ripped torn, you know, that sort of stuff. Something similar to it. Whatever the case is, something got that plague started somewhere.
Could it be like a rock falling from the sky?
I mean, yeah, but a rock wouldn't have any sustainable. It would have to be another planetoid. But the very concept of living life on another, on another ball of rock farther away from here, while plausible, is so extremely unlikely that it's not really our MO to worry about. Plus, we got other things to worry about, like the shit that's going on here. But
Ori, how will the BTO hits the moon?
2 years, approximately. Calculating. Calculations correct. It's talking about the primary meter, by the way, not the
Yeah.
second one. Okay.
Just give him a look like.
No, I mean stuff that we gotta deal with like next week. But that's my business, not yours.
Okay, well. Ori is how we do a thing. That's. Thank you. We've learned a lot from your presence. Thank you very much.
Good. It wasn't worth wasting my time. Or it wasn't wasting my time. That's the turn of phrase, right? I can go back on my vacation. You see him spit out a slight piece of the bread. Oh, sorry. Grabs it off the ground.
Just stirring. Oh my
Mm.
God.
Can I help you? That was it, right?
Yes, you are a wizard, yes?
Yeah, I'm a scholar.
Okay. I'm just asking. Do you want this hat?
Well, no, I don't need a hat.
Well,
Just keep that hat going. I like it. It looks good on you.
oh, thank you.
That loser was
I
just
don't like
mad because
that.
he's got horns and he can't wear hats anymore.
I think so too.
I mean, not you, the other guy.
Udagi?
Right here.
Udagi has almost been murdered several times wearing outfits like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yes.
You would be surprised how many samurai target the person wearing the pointy hat.
And what?
Samurai. It's a word for bladed words. Technically, most people call them slayers, but the non-magical variant are just as dangerous. Well, as non-magical as you can be. I mean, bending the earth and twisting the air is not something I presume you Zodians expect as a normal occurrence.
No.
Common, you think?
I don't know.
Well, whatever. He gets up and stretches. His
if
gooey
this
arms growing.
can work against the corruption of the above, and the nothing above, would it work as well against the nothing below?
I know you'd have to do some testing on it, but if traditional radiance works on your foes, you could bet that counts as well. I mean, that's what it is, right? Like
Radiance is not. It's not radiance. It's something.
Oh, I got no idea, but I am interested. Can I have one of your watches or your bracelets to do
No.
some
It kind of
study?
stuck to us.
Ah.
They're probably worth more than this tower.
That's funny.
No, she's not wrong.
Do you know the value of this tower?
Do you?
We can
You know the
estimate.
value of these?
I can give an estimate.
This tower actually has a value, then these are worth more.
That's a fair. Ooh,
Well-
that's a snap out.
Well, it's doing about 7,000 platinum damage every 24 hours. So
48.
And these are the only things that could stop it, so I value it at a lot more than that.
Well, I mean, wait, what's going on? What's causing damage?
This demon wing
Giant
they're calling
bird.
it?
Oh shit! Did the bird hatch? Fuck.
There was an egg?
Yeah, I was incubating demon eggs.
Oh my fucking god.
It was for an experiment. I put a warning sign
And
on it.
they can't put it down because we don't have these. You don't have these.
Are you saying that? Fuck. And the demon birds are out. Ah, shit.
And also, the pots. Oh yeah, we crashed an airship, by the way. You want to take a
No.
look at the window?
The bird crashed our airship.
Bird crashed our window. Yes, yes. They did.
We
Yeah,
didn't
your
crash, the
bird.
did.
Technically, not my bird, but
You
sorry.
incubated it.
The
Well,
bird you
no.
incubated.
You have no evidence that they're the same bird, right? I mean, it's not like
You're
it's
used to
on
that,
fire.
Sunbird.
It's not like it's like a massive two-winged rock-like substitute with flaming wings, acidic wings,
That's exactly what it is.
water
Yeah,
that's
immunity,
it.
the
That is
ability to shoot
exact-
lasers.
Yeah, no, that was it.
Also corrupted.
It's what? Okay, so
It's
now
corrupted.
my hands are free of this. See, an alien took it over. Not my fault. He steps into the elevator, squeezing through the gap,
we
and
need
disappears.
help. We need.
Hmm?
What?
He's like half in the
You
elevator.
forgot your
half out.
bath.
We need to access the planes for the parts of aircraft.
Oh, you can just talk to the local students. It's like their favorite pastime. There's a club down. They call them the fuck, what was it? The retrieval crew. That's what it is. It's not. It's like a service. No,
What did like gleaners or something?
no.
Retrieve.
What? They retrieve products and dangerous things from within the elemental planes and the material occasionally.
Ah yes, gleaners. Nice.
What the fuck is a glean? I know,
Sorry,
I know.
brother.
Come at me. Come swinging. The bird's gonna come to it fast, baby.
I don't know what's going on with my other game. Well, Timek would have an organization of. It's fine. Enjoy your vacation, I guess. And also,
Okay.
we need keys for here. We need keys for here. We need to leave. No.
Ooh.
I'm breaking the window.
You move. Roll me an athletics check.
Oh my God, I'm not gonna break the window.
Well, net 20.
I'm not breaking the window, Dice.
You said you were breaking the window. Roll the athletic check, bitch. You slam your fist against it. Ow!
No, she said she was gonna. She said she was gonna break it, but then she said she wasn't gonna break it. And look what happened. She didn't break it.
Exactly.
Back here.
Ow, my fingers. And then you hear a
I
ding,
guess.
and the gnome kind of rolls back up. You can also hear a slight squish as like the ding happens. He rolls out a crate, closes it, and then
Oh my God, what's in the crate?
in the
Probably
crate
Yeah.
there's a little map and several key cards.
Oh my fucking God. Gwen like looks at the key card, goes, huh? Like has this like a tiny piece of key cards in the fucking horror segment, and there's like, okay. Well, I guess that's one each.
Correct.
Okay. So where do we go? What access to the key cards allows?
Well, you can access any of the public utilities, and you can go back to the what's the word? There's a word, waiting room, the ground floor.
Okay. So
The lobby. That's the word.
Is the library available?
Lobby. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Should we talk with the what did you call them?
Full club?
The retrieval club, yes.
You
It's probably a
want
good idea,
to
right?
see who has magic stuff first for sale?
That's probably a good idea.
We can make you some potions.
If anybody will have them, it might be,
I thought
or at least it will be adjacent to it, like logically.
I thought we were going to the other planes to get the stuff. No.
Well, that's what we need the retrieval.
Yeah, they're a ticket. They're a bus.
Because the Archons apparently have abandoned this because they're extremely.
To be fair, the first thing Udagi said is we take our position granted and don't give a fuck.
Especially Simmer.
I mean, what are they gonna do? Tell him no? Take his seat away?
That doesn't make them not irresponsible.
No, it doesn't. But at least he warned you.
Alright. Okay. So I would like to visit the library at some point. But first order of business is probably to visit that retrieval team so we can get an estimate of how long we're going to be here. Agreed?
Yep.
All right. You guys
Let's
doing
speak to the
anything
retrieval
in?
team.
All right, immediately going in after getting the message.
We'll talk to the retrieval team and see what's going on there, and then we'll decide what.
You all enter the elevator. Doom. Set it to. You realize, how do we make it go anywhere? And there's no instructions. So what do you do?
Can I Arcana in this?
Yeah,
Are there buttons?
there are not.
He whispered something last time.
Oh my god, 15.
He probably whispered like the place or the floor number.
The Retrieval Club?
The symbol shifts. The elevator starts going. Doom, 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 doom. This is where the
Oh
fun
my god,
begins.
no!
Calm down.
As you start going, the elevator shakes. You hear a caw, and you see magic outside, and Ari goes, magical disturbance detected. And then you
Oh,
see
no.
boom, one of the wings of the tower gets kind of smashed into as the bird flies through before disappearing into another plane. And again, you see a small kind of box with wings with what looks like now a kind of metallic man throwing a spear at it. That goes, get him, Thunder! And he throws this fucking spear that just misses, and it goes, fuck! And they go through the portal. And as the elevator just kind of boom, 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 goes, it stops. The doors open, and you see a Warforged dressed in a nice little suit with a bow on it, carrying what looks like drums. Says, pardon me. Steps in the elevator. It closes. Pleasure to meet you, folk. He awkwardly looks at you.
Hey.
Hey.
Hi. We're here about a big bird. And also components to an airship.
Neat. I'm Brass. Ding. This is my stop.
Okay,
Gets out. The door opens. You see it's like a hallway. He's like, you can see like he's sweating, like dropping balls. He's like, what the fuck? Gee.
Why did I leave home?
The elevator's going back down normally. The music has changed. You can see outside there's another arcane disturbance, and you hear a crackling thunderbolt strike. And as you see, this bird kind of does a twist. A bolt of lightning shoots out at it, twisting, strikes one of the tower walls directly next to the elevator. It's like way too close. It's like, and you see this time the metal man has swapped out for a woman with a rifle who just reloads and says, "Get that fucking bird!" Boom. Doom, doom, doom.
How long
Dum,
have they
dum.
been at that?
Doom, doom. Ding. Welcome to the retrieval floor. Inside, you find yourselves in what is a very nice hallway that leads to one major room, which looks like a war planning room. Inside, it is currently empty outside of one figure who is looking at a map, and you can see, like, kind of flurrying his fingers, putting knives in different spots of it that don't seem to pierce the paper. Sort of like pins, but magical. And he goes, God fucking damn it. How moronic can they be? And you see him put a finger to an ear. On your left, the bird shouldn't be that fat. Guest. My apologies. And you hear over the little headpiece, hey, Lilith, where are we going next? Which way? We gotta be further. And then he fucking just mutes them. It's a pleasure to meet you. How can we help you?
Pleasantries aside, I hear you have a bird problem.
We're handling it.
No, yeah.
If you came to complain, my apologies. It has been extremely busy as of late. You hear a ding, ding. One moment. Okay. Well, that run is set for now. Set to refuel. Swap out crews.
We have a solution and a problem. If you don't mind.
All right.
We can
Before
clearly
we get there, my name is Litton. I am heir of the Gilter clan and one of the finest slayers we have in the academy.
Wow. That's how you. Okay.
Wow.
I understand as outsiders that must mean very little to you, but it is a necessary part of my introduction.
It just goes. It just like Tyler, the creator's like, okay.
Hey, I guess it's whatever. I'm Yurik. Hey.
Yeah.
Well, what is your problem?
The problem is that we arrived on the airship that got fucked up by that,
Hmm. And
and
you need to repair the components that have fallen off to the wayside.
yes,
Yep.
as well as deal with the problem that is your bird.
Yes, the demon wing. And as he says it, you see like he pushes up his like invisible glasses, like the air changes as like cape flaps behind him dramatically as he looks out the window.
Does he have a cloak of billowing?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Go ahead, Fierce Pops.
It's been very, very problematic, and as far as we are aware, it seems to heal from most injuries very quickly, though we believe we have traced the origin of such strength to a demonic origin. But we are working on a cure now to prevent it. It's quick enough work, it's nothing new here.
We already have the solution.
Okay.
We can help you if you would be so
No?
kind.
How can you do that? I know your implication is you will kill the bird, but I implore you, tell me, how will you travel through the 6 elemental planes the creature can fly through simultaneously at whim?
6?
6, yes. It
Well,
seems to
I
have...
imagine that is why we came to you.
Correct. So it is not a simple bit of assistance, it's cooperation, where we will
What
guide
is
you.
cooperation if not guided assistance?
Which 6?
We don't need your help. This is teamwork. And you can see, like, there's, like, a very clear, just, like, agitation. It is a joint operation. There is no need from either party. It is wisdom and intelligence working together, not the direness of any circumstances.
The circumstances seem pretty dark.
It is fine. As
I'm
he,
rolling an insight.
as he says that, you can see a portal opens and like the vehicle is like moving straight up first. It seems to have opened without the bird in tow. You see the woman in Warforged leap out onto like one of the walls, and you see the Warforged with drums hops out, followed by what looks like a flying squirrel diving down into it, hop into the car as it's flying midair, and then goes through another planar portal.
What is going on? I think we need one of those.
The vehicle, yes.
Yes.
The planar wing 5000, an expert contraption made by our finest and brightest, inspired by the works of the Thousand Hands.
Okay.
Okay. Tyler the creator. It's like, okay, I didn't ask.
You can see his like twitches, like. But yes, you'll need it and some training first on how to survive the harsh, unforgiving conditions of the elemental planes of air, fire, water, earth, steam, and most perilous of all, ice. And hopefully it
I
doesn't
feel like
learn
3
how
of
to
those
do.
were already are all the same element.
Well,
It seems like steam
it
and
can
ice and
also
water
pro-
are all the same.
you see him.
It's just water,
and him-
hot water, and cold
Quasi-planes.
water.
They are in association when 2 elemental planes are quite interconnected. The
Yes.
sections between them are para-elemental planes. At the very least, be grateful it doesn't seem to want to fly through the acidic plane.
So what do elements make ice?
It's these 2. And Yurik just like lifts up his shirt and he's got a tattoo of like an 8-pointed star on his stomach. And it's got a symbol for each of the elemental planes on each of the ends of it. And between like the
Yeah, so
water
what
and
truly
air
you pointing
one,
at?
between the water and air one is the ice one. He's like right there.
Oh, you know what? That actually makes sense.
You see Linton is just like, morons. Like, you can see the vibrating, like, I hate these people energy emanating off of him.
All right, then we need training. If you would be so kind.
Yes, yes. I shall gather those who are available first, and then we shall dictate a plan of sorts. And like as he says that, you hear the door open. You see the woman from the boat
Fucking
walks
Kira looking
in,
at us.
just kind of like doom doom. She's covered in like what looks like dirt. A little bit like her hair ends are like steaming still, like like she just got out of a fire and rolled around in some dirt for a bit, and she looks like she was recently hot steamed. Like you can tell from the way her clothes is. And she goes, "Lytton, are you literally flirting with new arrivals instead of doing your fucking job?"
It was definitely not flirting.
That wasn't flirting.
Or
I
like,
recently know what
more
that
like
is,
talking
and that
down
was not
to.
flirting. Exactly.
You see Lytton just kind of like looks at his fist like, "I am better than this," and he goes, "I knew
See
we
what I
should have
mean?
made you central, man."
Is this
So-
still flirting? I think you need to try harder. I'm better than this.
You see Lytton turns around, the cloak like flapping, billowing dramatically. He just pushes up his glasses. They'll never
It's not a
understand.
face, Mom.
They'll
That's
never
what the doctor
understand.
says.
You see Mevin just, well, whoever you are, sorry about this, but if you got a retrieval request, we're gonna have to put it on the back burner until that bird's dead. So
That's what we're here for, though. The bird,
trying to
because
get
it
the
wrecked
bird.
our ship.
No, yeah, we want to kill the bird.
oh, you're the unlucky
have a way to
fucks
do
that
it.
got hit.
Yeah,
And we want a piece of it back.
The bird.
pieces.
A few pieces.
We want it in pieces, yes.
Oh, you're talking about the engine. Yeah. Sorry about that. We probably could have dodged it, but we kind of didn't have much room to
No,
maneuver.
we want the bird in pieces.
Oh, okay.
We had to kill the
No,
bird.
we also need the pieces of the engine.
We do also need that as well. But
Gwen, you're confusing her.
No, it's clear. I get it. You want to kill the bird, chop it up for dinner, even though I wouldn't recommend it. Chicken is.
I'm
No,
not gonna
no,
say
we
that.
don't want to eat it. We just want to kill it.
Yes.
You see, Lytton is just
Another
shaking his
step.
fist, just like, oh, these fools. They underestimate me.
It's like the meme, like they don't know I'm here.
Yeah.
Level 100 wizard.
Mevin just sighs. So does that mean you're
With
applying for a
bird.
position in the team so we could get you some training, get you in to those dangerous, very, very dangerous places, get you out with your stuff?
Doesn't sound like we have much of a choice.
I mean, is that on the
No.
way to become officially part of your team?
Yeah. I mean, we need more club
Okay.
members, or we're gonna get shut down next week.
Okay.
Alright,
Some-
then,
Yeah, I feel like
Some-
we're getting roped into a different plot here, but okay.
Mevin just kind of looks at you like, I don't know, man. Here, sign these papers. And she just grabs a
Yeah,
Too
clipboard,
old for college.
hands it to you all on a clipboard. Feel free to sign whatever you like, as long as it's valid. And you show up for next morning. Sound good for early training session?
I had a nickel for every time I roped into a club with very little members. They're about to be shut down.
Yeah,
We thought
it
we were
hap-
doing
it-
an
you know what's
action, and it turns out we're joining Slice of Life.
you know what's really funny? That has happened to me an exact number of 4 times.
That's depressing.
Yeah, I know, right? Nobody likes clay painting anymore, or mosaics, or murdering demons. Like, how could you ever get over something so entertaining?
Assigned
Hmm.
Duckman.
It's about that training.
Yeah, we'll just give you some gear, teach you how to use it, dump you at the edge of the elemental plane. You get in and out with your stuff. You're trained, certified.
So going in alone. Well, together,
Well,
but alone.
No,
Li-
you'll have the docket on the.
Well,
Well,
Kitten
it wouldn't
here
be that player.
made
It
me
would.
feel it was more intensive.
Lytton makes everything feel more intense. Lytton can go to the bathroom and make it sound like he's having a fucking heart attack in there, and you see Lytton just steps out. He just fucking leaves.
Hmm.
Man doesn't know how to get over his own ego.
He is very high strung.
Yeah, noble prince who thinks he's better than everyone, when literally the first thing on the first bit of paperwork when signing up to the academy is you revoke all instances of nobility and all titles while studying. Good night, Maria.
Wait, do I have to give up my noble title?
Good night,
While
Maria.
studying, are you a student of the school?
No.
Then you're good.
Okay, we're good. Noble's am I right?
Fucking novels.
That's a fast turnaround, man. I like you.
All right, so I think we can do
Mhm.
it, right?
You
Is
guys
she
got any?
short? I feel like she's short.
Mevin is like 5'7".
Okay.
Oh my god, she's tiny.
It should be noted she
That's
isn't on like big boots.
Hold on.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, let me show you the full art. You notice, by the way, that she's the one that has a massive sniper rifle on her back.
Big gun.
Is this Janasai?
From the looks of it.
Okay.
She seemed to be fucking anything.
For ice scissors.
Yeah. You do know
Are
she's
those-
got a pair of knives just strapped to her side.
As one does.
Yep. Well, you guys got any tunes you prefer? Any artists, musicians? I could load up one of the dockets for you for the training montage. I mean, training exercise.
Could
Oh,
look
there's
up
always
some of that
one.
music from...
Hmm?
That wasn't
Go ahead, Slam.
That was... What? Did I cut it?
Yeah.
No, I think we flew at the same
Oh.
time.
No, could you put some something on from Legacy of the Stars?
Yeah.
That movie's awesome.
I don't know. I've always been more of a Journey to the Stars kind of gal.
Is it
That's Star
Jennifer
Trek?
I don't know if we've seen that one. We'll try to find
She's a
it.
Trekkie. Get her.
Yeah.
No, but really, what's like that can't be your favorite movie.
Well,
Yeah.
I don't, we
It's
haven't
the only one we've
seen
ever seen.
It's the only. Wait, you guys telling me Azad still hasn't caught up to the Racinian player?
I
Yikes!
don't know what that is.
Yikes.
I haven't been
What is
home
it?
in
That was the first movie?
years.
Oh, you're a Zodian too.
I mean, elemental plane of air, Azad, sort of. It's like a different neighborhood, sort of thing. Same-ish.
I don't get it, but okay.
There's different cities and stuff, but like there's a very
Mhm.
distinct border when you enter the Racinian version of the elemental plane of air, and woo, boy, is it wild!
Okay, well, I'm sure we'll experience that soon.
Oh, I got a
Um,
list of phobias that you should be aware of are very likely that they implemented after.
Yeah, we heard that.
The
part
Archon
already.
did that already.
Oh, you guys spoke with one of the Archons.
Two of them.
Aren't they
Yeah.
all?
Yeah, about worms
Three,
and then told
technically.
about-
Well,
told
actually,
about
yeah,
being
we
fire
worked for one
breathing
of them.
worms.
Wait, hold on,
Two
hold
of
on.
them we
There
met.
are the Archons are all supposed to be on vacation.
Yeah,
No.
we found two of them.
Well, the
What the
13th
fuck?
one, we're kind of looking.
Oh, don't
The
Jesus!
13 one's on a permanent occasion.
Yeah. That was his airship, actually.
You see, Memphis starts sweating Alpha.
That you guys broke.
It was the big bird. It was the big bird. Okay,
I don't know.
That you
I
let
don't
the
know if
big
he'll
bird
believe
break
that,
under
though. I'm
your.
just
Hey,
saying.
hey, hey, listen to me. Listen to
He
me.
just say
Listen to
you
me.
could have gotten out of the way.
He's
Listen to
got
me.
video
Listen.
cameras all over that
Listen
thing.
to me.
You
Listen
saw
to
it
me.
happen.
Listen to me. Listen to me very carefully.
What?
I will recommend you guys one of the best movies you can watch. It's like 8 hours of content, and I'll
Yeah.
get you guys stuff from the library and like a meal. You just never speak of this again.
All right.
Okay.
All right,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, throw in
Good
some,
books.
like-
Definitely good books from the library.
Yeah, I want some good reading material.
And maybe we'll check out that other movie you mentioned.
Journey
Yeah.
to the Stars?
No. It's more like a ongoing performance. You got to buy the sets when they come out.
Uh,
Oh.
who
Yeah.
makes these?
Who makes them? Well, the first instance actually came out from. It's called Dance with the Dead, and it's this movie. Well, it's this performance of this very well dressed like skeleton guy, right?
Oh no!
And it's his journey on how he becomes the richest skeleton in the realm. And it's very interesting. It's a tale about friendship, money, the art of the dance. He's like a con man. He finds love. It's really whack. It's great, but it's not like it was the first. So it's got some kind of weird stuff going on, but like it was when the process really started. It came down from far south. No idea who came up with it, but damn, is it good.
Okay.
That's actually, you know what? That was also technically the first thousand
Wait,
hand
but-
product.
Actually, now I think of it,
Oh my
south as
God.
in Yevon's Folly or south as in the Deadlands?
Oh, the Deadlands.
Oh no!
Okay, so that's actually been a question I've been having because like our maps, the maps we have in Azad are kind of weird. Like they put
Look,
they put
dude,
Gibbons Falling in the south.
dude, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't think anyone here knows how to make a map in the right direction.
Okay, can we please get to the training?
No, that's
No,
tomorrow.
no. That's tomorrow.
Oh, it's
Tonight
tomorrow.
we
Okay.
eat and we read and we watch.
It's
movies.
called
Yeah.
The Lord of the Bracelet.
Lord of the
Okay.
Links?
What? Oh my
No,
God,
no,
Lord
no.
of the Bracelet. Oh my God.
Lord of the
Wait, there-
Bracelet.
I've heard
It's
of
about
that.
an
We
ancient-
have one called
Lord
Lord
of
of the
the
Links. Back home, yeah.
Oh
yeah, we have a
God,
book called Lord of the Links.
dude, there is Lord. Look, Link content is kind of skeevy, guys. Not gonna lie.
What the
What's
hell
a
is
link?
What the fuck is skeevy?
Fuck, you get a point of inspiration. That was a good one, Alicia. The link. Look, you know what? I'm just gonna spare you the headache. Spare you the
Wait, wasn't a
headache.
link like a kind of
Well, you
fish?
watched them with us though, so you're
No,
gonna ask if we have
like,
questions.
if I could, I would. But my job is to literally keep that bird from killing every single person in this tower one by one. So, kind of
Right,
busy with
it's
that.
hunting them.
Not really. It looks more inclined on doing property damage, but some of these morons won't move away from their research, even if it kills them.
Okay, makes sense.
Huh.
Well, we have until tomorrow, so
Yeah.
I'm heading to the library.
You got a library card?
Of this card?
Like a card, like the 500 gold fee.
No, what?
There's a 500 gold fee for the library card.
What if I snuck in?
Look, listen to me.
How about
There's a
you
lot
just
of-
bring us some choice books and we
Yeah,
won't
yeah.
tell
It's
our
much-
froggy friend anything, okay?
Yeah, no. This isn't a me. This isn't like me having anything to go. It's a, the librarian. I'm pretty sure it eats people.
I'm not surprised, in the least, actually.
It's horrifying. It's like all over. Like, I have seen that thing in 7 different libraries. It's awful.
Oh.
It's like some big murder owl. Ugh. I don't know how it got up here, but once it took over the manager position, not only did the library get a lot nicer, but oh fuck. But yeah, sure. What sort of read material you're looking for?
I was mostly just going to peruse and browse. I wasn't looking for anything. Well, I do have an interest in illusions. If anything in the matter comes up that is particularly interesting.
Hmm.
If you're well read enough in the matter.
Yeah. Illusions. Sure. I can find something. So that good? That's all it? No more? Nothing?
You got any books on growing plants by yourself? Like maybe on an airship or something.
There is. The latest thing I read was like someone wrote a crazy story about going to one of the planet's moons on one of the flying ships and getting stranded there and surviving on there for like a couple 100 cycles. It's crazy.
What?
Yeah.
With potatoes?
Yeah, with potatoes.
My God, that's incredible. Did they
Yeah.
get rescued ever?
That was a fictional story. I'm pretty sure they got rescued at the end of the novel, and they made it into like a film. But it was not gonna lie, it's a
Maybe
bit.
I'll see if we can watch that one tonight.
Yeah, you guys got a whole backlog to go through, but food, all that stuff, I got you handled. As for library books, I'm sure I can grab something from the gardening section.
Okay.
What about you, Miss Intimidating and Silent? You
I'm
haven't
good.
said a word. Yeah, okay. Those are the first words you said this whole time. You good? You've been looking at me like you kind of want to slice my throat.
She will break you.
That's just that's her face. That's
No,
her face.
I think I just need to sit down.
Oh, or
Yeah,
that.
this place can be a bit. Did they ever give you your stems? Shit. Okay.
We need
You
that.
see her kind of like pull into her
What?
pocket. She tosses you guys like a vial.
Thank
One drop each. Do not take more than that.
Well, how
What
do
they
we drink
do.
this to apply this to our skin?
You could do either, but I would recommend ingestion directly.
Okay, 1 drop it is.
You guys all taking a single droplet from the magic bottle.
I'm waiting for an answer. What does it do?
Oh, well, it helps your system acclimate. It makes it easier
Acclimate.
to acclimate. Thank you.
Can I like examine it somehow, like smell it, like kind of just like look
Yeah.
at it, see what it is? I don't know what I roll for that.
You can roll me an Arcana check.
Arcana. Oh, of course it's Arcana.
It's magic.
Come on.
It's magic. It's literally you're in a magic school.
13.
With a 13, it probably works similar to like water breathing potions and other similar effects where it's just like a temporary effect.
Okay, yeah, I'll take a drop. I'll drop it in my eye.
Doom. It doesn't sting. There's like a moment, and you feel at ease. Your body kind of just like a big breath of air, and you still feel like a little tingly, but it feels like you just took a nice kind of like dip in a cold bath after being outside in the heat all day.
Is my heart slowing down?
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
Thank God.
Your heart stop again.
I should mention it won't protect you from the
Close to it.
the magical explosions if you try to cast magic from just yourself. So don't do that still. But it'll ease the tension on the nerves.
Yeah, my heart's slowing down. It's good.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys got any preferences on how you fight and stuff? I might be able to find some nice tools or something
Magic.
that
I am.
some people use magic to buff people, make them tougher. Others use magic to literally blow shit up.
Illusions.
I do both of those things.
I can fight far away.
Yeah, I usually like to attack stuff with my magic. A little healing. I think that Val and I both do a little healing
Yeah.
and a little attacking.
You
and a
guys
little
are all
splitting.
rounders, huh? I bet you she breaks people's necks with her bare hands, yeah?
She does that.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot actually.
And then Eldegard shoots arrows at people sometimes, but
Neat.
I mean,
guns,
most-
guns are good too.
I just do a lot of. I just do whatever I find. I'm going to be real with you.
Well, okay, I'll see what I can cook up, but watch
Thank you
Lord of
very
the
much.
Bracelet. I'll
Are
ship
the
up
ducks no
some-
longer vibrating?
No, they're still vibrating, but they're vibrating
no.
at a slower frequency.
Hey, the Archon said something about getting us magic items or something, and what's that all about?
Oh, you guys want access to the? I mean, the Academy prices are kind of like exorbitant. Not gonna lie, but if you want some of our traversal gear, we can loan it out to you.
What do you got for sale?
Technically, it's club
Pretty
equipment.
Sure the Archon said we could get at least this one thing for free.
Well, if you can, it's not for me because not gonna lie, the club budget mostly goes into fucking old Lichen's coats. He's got
You're like
seven.
the last
of them.
agent told me. Can I speak to your manager?
Yeah.
Like he's got like 7. Like I can provide you stuff for the mission, but I don't have much. I'm not rich. He is, but he spends it all on his fucking clothes. Like a twat.
Yeah, okay. All right.
Any preference in outfits? I see you're rocking the classical kimono from the old soils, from all the rich folk.
Uh-huh.
We have some outfits delivered to us in our.
Maybe something like exactly what I'm wearing right now, but with thunderbolts on it.
Yo. Hold up. Thunderbolts or
Yeah.
lightning bolts?
Lightning bolts, clouds, like
Yeah, thunder is the. Funny enough, you mentioned that. Thunder is the sound. Lightning is the.
yeah.
Well, the reason it's important is, and you hear a boom, and the doors open, and the other Warforged goes, "Whoa!" You can see water is like soaked down his clothes, like he just took a shower, and he's wearing literally a towel, and he goes, "Thunder!" Oh, we got guests.
Oh my god, we got thunder and lightning.
Huh?
think
No,
I-
Very frightening.
the-
Angel is just like on my shoulder, just
the
like
other one is named Bess.
cackling with lightning right now, like just going through her body
Quack,
and just
quack.
like making
Nice
weird noises.
bird.
Thank
Uh,
you.
Yeah, that's Thunder Trouble.
Yes.
Is that okay?
Well, as a cleric of Lord Eris, I can appreciate both thunder and lightning.
You see Thunder just boom boom beats his chest, gives you a thumbs up. Hell yeah! I mean Thunder, yeah.
It's nod to him, smile a little bit.
Yeah, his brother's out on mission. I don't know if you met him. Brass Lightning.
I think so. Briefly.
In the
Good,
library. In
The elevator? Oh. Yeah, he's not so good with strangers. Watch Lord of the Necklace. No, Lord of the Bracelet. Lord of the Necklace is Well, do you guys like comedies?
Oh, I
We wouldn't
guess.
know.
We don't know. We never.
Like you've never been to a play before? Or like a performance?
The
You
other
never-
plays
bullshit.
I've
I'm
been
not
to
sure about
always, there was a sour taste in my mouth because there was an execution. They were executions all.
Well, you've never traveled with a bard or anything?
I mean, some of them were funny.
Bars are usually pretty good, and yeah, they're all sorts.
The one bard we had, I struggled to call her a bard. All she did was bully me all day.
No, that sounds about right.
That was
Oh.
funny though. I'm sorry.
It
Yeah, no.
was.
There's a spoof of Lord of the bracelet called Lord of the necklace and Lord of the amulet. It's two very specific aspects of the movie that they make so much fucking fun of. Like one of them, the whole point is they're riding an eagle all the way to the big mountain on top instead of walking. And there's all sorts of hijinks that they ensue. Anyway,
Okay.
Yeah. Go watch the movies. Bring your food and your books.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
Bye.
thank
Thunder
you.
still stands in the doorway posing. He's like, could I stop posing? And you see
I don't know.
Mevin nods at him and he goes, it's a pleasure to meet you. And like he does a little bow and his towel falls, but he doesn't have anything, so it's just
Gwen covers her eyes.
He has like a lightning rod.
more, more accurately, it's like the brass
No,
mannequins.
Thunder Rod.
Fuck.
Thunder rod. Tad thunder rod.
He just picks up the towel, covers his
Hmm.
modesty. Dum, dum, dum,
Careful, Thunder.
Wasn't expecting to see that today, or ever really.
Well, I mean, they're not crafted to reproduce. So that's just like whoever thought it would be funny to give a machine a cod piece, you know. Well, he's a person, but you know, mechanical form.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Well then, I guess that's
Thank
an
you for your
odd note to
time.
leave on, but we shall.
Bye bye.
Good
Nice
day.
If you get a chance to join us later watching movies, that'd be great because I have questions.
What about?
The movies in particular. I'm sure I will have questions.
Well,
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
mostly
maybe you should
curious
come by.
how the fuck they do
may.
whatever it is they're doing.
so basically, it's like a reusable scroll of multiple illusions that they record like illusion by illusion in motion.
Wow.
Record.
Yeah, like they
Oh, like a-
engrave it into the discs, and then they
Uh,
make copies of the 1 mega disc into smaller discs.
Could Gwen like have fucking epiphany?
You can roll
Like,
an Arcana check.
Maybe you
oh,
should ask for some books on that process, Gwen.
you just see like smoke
Just
coming
like-
out of
Yeah,
the ears.
I,
your
I
brain is
definitely
working.
want. Please, if I could definitely have
Give
a
her
personal
guidance
process
on that.
Sure.
this.
I mean, yeah, there's
Just
the
like-
whole. I wouldn't recommend getting into the whole theater bit. They say the wizards are overworked and like the pay is like, if you're not one of the big wigs.
No. Just roll.
I'll just
Toxic.
listen. If I have to give that to I'll try and bring that to the rest of the Zad. This place is weird.
Nah,
Yeah,
dude,
I'll
you
see
haven't
what I can
seen
do.
shit.
I mean, am I inaccurate?
No. Like, if you're coming from Azad, this place is bizarre as fuck. But trust me, you ain't seen nothing until you see the Slayers in action. Oh my god, the duels are so fucking funny, dude.
Why?
Oh, because it's like watching mage duels, except like 4 times as fast, flying swords, and they always scream dramatic phrases when they do their attacks at each other. It's so fucking.
Like thunder.
This is where we get the part Ranger pose.
Well, yeah, I mean,
Well, don't blame
one
me.
of my favorite things is like sometimes when they do special team moves and like team duels, they do a pose, they call out a name, and like it explodes behind them. It's great.
Does that work? Is that
I don't know. Sometimes they win,
Yeah,
sometimes
okay.
they lose, but it's pretty cool.
It could be beneficial for team morale. Maybe we should consider.
look
Oh
at
my God.
Gemini?
Do you guys need like a? You guys like have a team uniform or something?
Sometimes.
Sort of. It's it can be used like once per rest, right? Well, this could be
Yeah.
considered a rest. What's going up?
Yeah,
We can.
it will
we
be a long
kind of
rest.
can only do it when we're fighting something.
Well, no,
Yeah.
not necessarily because
You can engage
Gwen
it for
could
one
do it.
combat, but you can turn it on and it'll turn off in a minute, essentially.
All right, guys,
Yeah.
everybody stand up and line up.
Okay,
and
well,
let's
yes.
show them.
yes, show them.
Don't
our
we
cool
need to save
uniform.
this for like when we're about to fight these things?
We're about to rest.
Yeah, we're really
Okay.
about to just watch movies. We're about to Netflix and chill.
Yeah, exactly.
Together.
Wink,
We're-
wink.
we're gonna what?
Wink. Huh? Nothing.
What? Sorry.
You
Flick
should
snap,
invite. You should
chill.
invite Mevin over, Aldegar. Out of character, I'm saying that. And back to the.
Activate. Woo.
Bah!
Yes.
Bah! Do you guys do poses or do you just do it normally?
Just do it normally.
No,
I'll
we
just-
pulled
I'll
We
it.
don't pose yet.
I'll cross my arms.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So the
just kinda like
transformations,
I'll go to a dab.
Swag.
that brilliant light, everyone's just standing there, kind of like arms crossed, just like ta-da. And then Eldegar's dabbing the ducks, dabbing in turn. So there's a dab chain. And you just see Mavin looks at you all and goes, "Holy shit, that is the lamest thing I have ever seen."
Oh my-
You just do that?
Yeah.
You just put on your
Yes.
uniforms? Like it's magic.
yes.
It is
I mean,
magic.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's magic,
it is
and you
strong.
you have the opportunity to transform into like a suit of magical armor, and you just do it. You don't.
Oh, we don't get an option.
No.
No,
Yeah.
normally we're too busy preoccupied trying not to die.
Yeah, but if you do it at the same time you're transforming, you're gonna look cool. Look, trust me, style is as much of an important aspect of survival as knowing what you're fighting and how you're gonna fight it is. If you can't do it
What the
while
fuck are
looking
you
cool,
talking about?
if you can't do it while looking cool, why are you doing it at all?
Mevin, the
I
problem is
understand.
our initiative
You're saying
rolls
we
are
can-
not
we can't
often
control?
consistent.
This
I have a terrible dexterity.
Watch,
score.
watch. Okay, watch this. And you see Mevin kind of like, "Hey, Thunder." She tosses him the sniper rifle. Get my sword. And then you see her do a pose. Watch. She
You
like
not
closes
do
her
like
eyes,
that
fingers.
Thing?
No. Watch. A single drop of water, and then you guys hear a doom, and you like all in your minds like a calm pond, a water droplet, and then she has a sword drawn from seemingly nowhere. Da-dum. You hear drums in the background. Ta-da! Isn't that cooler?
Holy shit, that was cool.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, imagine if you did that when you transformed. Freak the fuck out of your enemies.
Right, but it takes some time to do that, doesn't it?
Practice. Oh, by the way,
I feel
she
like
tosses
the
his sword
enemy
back at Thunder, who just catches it and sheaths it.
I'm just saying, I feel like the enemy wouldn't stop and give you that time to get dressed like that.
No. I mean, if I had to get dressed normally, yeah, but like usually he's carrying my armaments, and when I swap, I toss it up in the air, cut them in half, and then sheath, and then grab my rifle again,
And no
all
one
in
goes
one.
after
They try, but they die. That's the point. If you're good enough to
Well,
do it, you gotta do it cool.
If we're fast enough, like while process is happening, the armor is on us, then it doesn't matter. We're just doing the pose, and then
Boom, dramatic light.
they
You
won't
know,
they won't have a choice exactly. And then I mean,
they're gonna be
I-
like, "What the fuck?" And then you'll just blast them with magic or something.
maybe I can hunt it with an illusion effect.
I don't know. Sounds pretty neat, but you guys have magical forms and you aren't even using them as the spirits would intend.
I I literally know nothing about the spirits except they fuck with my magic.
No, not really. Look, to avoid semantics, think of them like gods, because that's what they are here.
Yeah, they're
Are the ducks
they're
not
still
spirits?
fucking with my magic.
Yeah. That's what the Archon told you, Jar.
Oh my god, no.
I'm gonna pick one up and start and look at my duck, kind of like look him in the eyes.
He
Look for
looks in
changes.
your eyes.
Yeah, they're spirits now.
And he
Quack.
looked at me.
Vindictive
I
gods.
looked at him.
Like,
Okay,
I
we-
mean,
Okay, they're hungry. We need to get Brett's stat.
You see it,
We have
Squints?
Yeah,
bread.
we've gone
Roll
way too
me,
long without
roll me a
bread.
D100, Jarvan. You want this to be high?
oh no.
Oh no.
Rolls a 1, gets eaten by its own duck.
Oh.
You see, as you say bread, the dog looks at you. Nothing changes. You feel an intense glare, and then a loaf of bread appears on your head. And it goes, and it messes up your hair.
What the fuck?
What the
You see the ducks looking at each other like, this is our moment. And they start breaking out into chaos.
Oh my god.
They
I'm gonna
have
toss it
finally,
down, but
they have finally realized they have godlike powers here.
Oh no.
oh, fuck.
did they
Like,
summon the
no.
bread?
Yes.
Oh no!
Quack, quack. And you see they start summoning lumps of
They're
bread.
Kuotoas now. They can turn Elgarb into a god.
Quack, 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 quack. And then they start making a bread golem. And you see Mevin just looks, well, I'm getting in the elevator. Leaps over the bread. Just, I'm getting the fuck out of this shit.
Elgard, you have fun with that? We're going to go watch some.
Duck
Yeah, let's-
I was gonna give him a chance. I'm gonna give him a chance to wear themselves out because they haven't had bread in like a week.
Eldegard just watches. What a good parent.
Spirits, I don't think they can. Do they get worn out?
Only time will tell. And bread.
At least we've got context for us posing in the future. That's nice.
Well, you guys are then free to do as you please in the tower. And go back up.
We can't go to a library. It costs 5.
Yeah, 500 gold for that. I mean, I could
Fuck
pay
that.
for it, but I don't know if it's worth
No,
that.
that's not. It's not.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fall in the elevator.
Let's go. I don't know. Is there anywhere we want to go in the tower? Or do we just want to go back to our room and just?
Is there any
fucking-
points of interest that we could like?
There's a library, there's labs. You can wander around, get into some shit. But my question is, do
Get
you
into
want to
some
hang?
shit.
Do you really want to hang out with with the locals?
No, they're nerds.
Not really. No.
Let's go to our room.
Yeah, let's just go.
Yeah, I feel like the duck's gonna bully him if I let him out.
We got a kitchen stocked. I'll make a fucking ton of food for us.
Yeah, let's go. Watch a bunch of movies.
We'll watch some cool
Oh,
movies.
we gotta finish off the. We have to finish off the.
Yeah, I want to enjoy the hot tub too.
All right.
We do that.
All the
Yeah,
things.
you guys are free to role play your vacation hours, and because we're about to enter a dungeon the next time we play, I'm
Oh.
going to allow you guys
Oh. Oh.
Say it.
to have play by post this week
Okay. Right.
Oh.
by ending the session right now.
Alright.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, she has a
I-
good place for it.
We-
You should have said we're level 7 though.
Yeah, that's after you finish the training montage, my friend.
Okay.
Hey,
fine.
training montage
That's
is not
cool.
the bird.
It's not that bad actually.
I can tell the first thing Duck's gonna do is like make a little house out of bread.
I
When
know.
inside
the
it.
tiger.
Dun, 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 dun. I'll see if I can find my best spoof music for those. If you guys give me actual.
Yo, I
tracks, by
want
the
to
way.
buy Gemini some Eyes of the Night.
Yeah, goggles of night.
Goggles
Yeah,
of
no, I
night,
know,
yeah.
I got you. Don't worry. Chief.
Even if they're kind of expensive, I probably don't mind as long as they're not super expensive.
You hear that
Yeah.
portal? He'll give you all his gold.
do you guys know how expensive college campus stuff is? Like,
It's it's
Yeah.
overpriced for sure.
Oh, yeah,
that's,
dude,
that's
trust
the-
me.
Even
dude.
remotely close to a college campus, you're probably getting ripped off.
Yeah,
Yeah, trust me, I know.
yep, that's the
Um,
prices of all the magical items here.
Yeah,
Damn college students who are rich.
Fucking college. Can we
Well,
find some
honestly,
artificer
these were
nerd kid
singing magical items, it
that'll
probably won't
enchant
work with
something
bleed.
for us for like an underground job?
Maybe.
You know, for
Yes.
exposure.
That's what we maybe
I feel
we'll
like
do.
Gwen has like the ability to sense that energy.
All right. Thank you all for playing this week, and next
Thank you
week
for-
the next dungeon begins.
Yeah.
It has a really fun name. Can't wait to show you.
Well,
What
I'm
is it?
excited.
Wait, are we? So we're doing the training montage next session?
Yeah.
I should clarify. You guys, the training montage is your dungeon.
Oh.
What?
Damn.
What the-
Because at the
Oh my
end of the training
God.
montage is the boss fight.
That's amazing. Holy shit. You're insane.
I get it. So we'll level up right before the boss fight then.
Yes, just like last time.
Oh.
So the bird's gonna invade our training session.
Training montage.
No, you're training so you
we'll
can
fight
fight the
other
bird.
stuff. Yeah, we'll
Yeah.
fight. We'll train against other things so that we can fight the bird at the end.
More or less.
And those other things are.
It should be noted.
Now we have to go through all of them at the end.
Oh, how did you know?
I just played a video game.
All right, thank you all. For
When do we
playing
get our
this week.
Zords?
Not yet.